I'm working on actually changing the set where I can just kind of have different studios and things, kind of like, ESPN. They got the football field where they have all these guys, because they'll go through and they try and give you some eye candy because the shit that they're shoveling to you is actually not good.
Right.
So I want to thank everybody who comes and stuff, but I'm so happy to have Law Nation here and have things. We got a whole lot of talking to do with the Dallas Cowboys on the direction that they're going. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and of course, in case you don't know who this guy is, you need to come out from under the rock.
Get up out of that rock.
Out of the rock, because Law Nation is in the house. And we're actually going to do a lot of live streaming and work tonight. Law Nation is going to be here until about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to try and see if we can keep his ass up all night long. If you got questions, we're probably going to take some phone calls later on up in here to get the feel from Cowboy fans, how they feel going into free agency in 2 weeks from now.
Yes,
we got 2 weeks. What we figured out we need to do as far as the draft goes, and do we feel like we made the best decision as far as coaching goes. Jonathan, how you doing? Daniel, Sean Henry. Sean, I got good news for you, Sean. I know you sent me several emails, but I can guarantee that your shot glass is on the way. I sent that out today along with about 35 other ones. Most of you guys should have them in your hand Monday. So if you get it Monday, take a picture, and send it to me, so that way we can add you to the shots video. So I'm sitting here with my man Law Nation. We are here in the house. Michael Anthony Fitness is out working on getting fit right now. He'll be back later on. We're going to be cooking some chicken wings, and we are talking everything Dallas Cowboys. So hope you guys have yourselves a tasty beverage. Hope you get your eat on, and I hope you guys have some great questions and stuff, because we're going to be doing this thing all night long. And what else we're going to do? Remember, guys, I told you about the bronze statue. Everybody who did a super chat between the Super Bowl and tonight, I'm writing down all the names.
And speaking of writing down the names, we got Dallas Cowboys for life, all the way from Canada. Oh, Canada. Made the donation to help grow the nation. You guys see it over here, so you get an opportunity and a chance
Cowboys
to get this thing. And shout out to the lovely traders over here on my Facebook page as well for commenting and getting things going in the right direction.
If you're on my channel, let me know if the sound is loud enough. Q. Who let the dogs out, Q?
Who let them dogs out?
No, Q's got his dog had puppies.
Wow.
And one of the dogs actually has no front legs.
Wow.
They call them nubs.
Nubs.
But it was so funny because he sent me a video where the two puppies and stuff are going after Mama, trying to get that milk and everything else. Mama they're jumping her all over crazy. She just kind of hopped over the wall and stuff, just kind of left their ass behind, and they just kind of sat there pouting.
Oh my!
But Q's been a great supporter. There's Mike J. How you doing, Mike? How you doing, Sean Henry? Yeah. So
shout out to Mike
Sean,
J.
I expect to see a picture of you Monday night before the live stream. So make sure you send that to me. No Dak Ninja. Why you gotta be No Dak?
No Dak Ninja. I like that name,
Why
though.
you gotta be No Dak?
He been there for a long time. No Dak Ninja. Shout out to you, my brother.
Mike J.
J on the trap, right?
Mike J has actually gotten a couple of the shot glass racks and things. I appreciate that. And Chaz Jewel, how you doing tonight, man?
But
we need Shango on this? Man, Shango ain't thinking about that.
Shango's on some beach somewhere.
He's in Tahiti. He ain't thinking the last thing he's thinking about. Mr. Wright, Antoine Myers, thank you very much for that super chat.
Yeah. Also, I got to say, before you got Q, right? You said it had the dogs?
Yeah.
You didn't name one of them dogs Law? But which camera I'm looking at? Which camera I'm looking at?
It's over here.
You didn't name one of your dogs Law? Come on, man. You got to name one of them dogs Law.
Birds Nation. See, and, it's funny because, I got Birds Nation. I got Eagle fans that are up in here, man. I don't know why they love being on here so much, but I appreciate the support, man.
The Eagles.
I'll be honest with you. I actually enjoy the rivalry and actually being able to talk trash with the Eagles and the Redskins and things. Although the Giants seem like, with the exception of one guy, seem like dogs with a tail between their legs. They don't have much to say anymore after being in the basement for a couple of years.
On top of that, we got South of Heaven. He made the donation to help grow the nation. You got to write his name down. Hey, South of heaven. Put your name into the mix, man. My Cowboys family,
South of
appreciate
heaven,
them.
dog.
And Skywalker, really appreciate you as well. Appreciate you.
You know,
appreciate
I need my 20 jersey.
20.
My 20. What's going on? Come on, Mike. Mike.
Mike.
Let's go. Mike.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
leave this right here, Mike.
Mike.
I need my jersey, man.
Get the
It's the
jerseys
20
together.
season. Cowboys up north. What's up, Mark? Great to see you guys together. Yeah, man, I'm blessed because I've got all of you guys out there, and I've actually got some great Cowboy friends. Like I said, Law Nation and stuff. So we're gonna start. Miss Jackie, how you doing?
Oh, the lovely Miss Jackie. Really appreciate you for tuning in.
So
Yeah.
we've gotten all the work out the way here. Let's start talking about the Dallas Cowboys because I want to get some really good questions. I know we're gonna get the usual haters, and don't set me off tonight. Last night I had to go ahead and get medieval on some people and stuff
Yes,
because
got to.
I'm sick and tired of people that call themselves Dallas Cowboy fans. But look at Birds Nation.
Is that such a thing? They making a donation to help grow the nation from Bird Nation?
Well, truth be told,
Huh?
the statue right there is actually it's kind of like it's the whole NFL. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I get what you said. Shout out to Bird Nation though.
But
thank you for
but
the
here's
growth.
here's what I want you guys to understand. Whether you like Dak or don't like Dak,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Understand the Dallas Cowboys are going to have him. He's going to be our quarterback.
Yeah.
And you need to get behind him and hope that if you don't think he's good, you hope that he is better than you think.
Okay.
Because the bottom line is for me, I want to go back to the Super Bowl. And I'm going to put my faith in the people that we have here.
Right.
Sometimes it's not about having a couple of guys that are superstars.
Right.
It's about collectively having 53 guys that can play together. You look at a New England. New England doesn't have a whole lot of superstars. They don't usually have a whole lot of high-priced talent. But what they have is they have guys that are good from the first 10 to the first 20 to the first 30. And they use all those guys. So I'm hoping that we can kind of come together and say, hey, Dak Prescott, that's my quarterback.
Well, let me ask you this though: is Dak Prescott, and this is for people that follow the channel and these sorts of things, probably already know what I'm about to ask them. Is Dak Prescott better than, dare I say, a Trent Difford?
Trent,
Is Dak Prescott better than a Brad Johnson? Follow me.
do I need to take that liquor bottle away from you?
No. Is Dak Prescott better than, dare I say, an Eli?
You know,
Joe Flacco? Is he better than Joe Flacco?
here's what's funny because I want to. No, we always hear the term elite quarterback. Okay, and this is like eye test.
Right.
And I was trying to find out an exact definition of elite quarterback.
Talk to me.
And the article went back to I think 2014 or 2015, and they were talking about Joe Flacco was an elite quarterback, and Eli Manning.
Wow.
And their definition was a guy that wins games in the postseason.
True.
That the team looks up to, and yada yada yada. So by their definition, both of those guys were considered elite quarterbacks. Then I looked at another article,
Right.
and they were saying basically you had Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes as really the only two elite quarterbacks.
Only
right now.
two?
That's what they had right there. They said, Aaron Rodgers is
nerves.
not quite elite anymore. I think Aaron Rodgers is actually beginning to go downhill. People will say I'm crazy or say it's blasphemy, but I'm be honest with you. When they were playing against the Eagles, as much as we talk about, well, Dak Prescott didn't win that game, Aaron Rodgers had the ball, on the 4-yard line,
Right.
first down, and touchdown wins the game, and they could not put it in.
Wow.
So when you look at that and say, well, Dak Prescott, he couldn't beat the Eagles. Well, Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat them there.
Wow.
But, that same Eagles team lost in Atlanta
True.
to the Falcons
Matty
and lost to the
Ice.
Detroit Lions.
Oh,
So
wow.
are we saying that Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz? By the logic that we get for Cowboy fans, he couldn't beat Matthew Stafford,
Right.
right?
Right. True.
But people don't seem to understand that there's no quarterback that's undefeated in their career. Everybody loses to everybody.
So from what I'm understanding is, without saying it, Dak Prescott is better than those quarterbacks that I just mentioned. And you had the liberty and the luxury to watch Terry Bradshaw play some.
Bradshaw was really good.
He was really
But,
good.
but here's the thing with Terry Bradshaw.
Talk
too.
to me. Was he the best quarterback of his time? Help us out. Help us out. We here for a while.
But you got to think about him having 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers.
True.
And you think about that defense that they had, the Steel Curtain. They didn't win it all because of the offense. They were a great team.
Yeah.
You look at how many Hall of Famers on that team. And that's where people will say, well, Troy Aikman, he was incredible, best quarterback the Cowboys ever had. But Troy Aikman only had 1 season of 20 or more touchdowns.
Y'all listen.
Okay.
Y'all listen.
But what you had was, you had my homie Charles Haley in that defense that was the #1 defense in the NFL. That was also taking the football away. As much as we talk about how Russell Wilson is elite right now, Russell Wilson hasn't won the Super Bowl since he was a young pup. When they had that #1 defense, he's putting up a whole lot of numbers and a whole lot of touchdowns.
Right.
But collectively, he doesn't have that same team around him. He's a better quarterback now than when he won the Super Bowl. But they were a better team when they won the Super Bowl. And I dare say that about Aaron Rodgers as well. We keep talking about, well, Dak should have overcome this, that, and the other. Sorry. Statistically, you can look at us and say, we were a top 11 defense. In the same way we feasted on, poor teams on offense. We feasted on poor teams on defense as well.
Right.
And we could not get stopped sometimes when it mattered the most against, guys like, Sam Darnold and Mitch Trubisky. They made Mitch Trubisky look like Michael Vick.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm painting an avenue, Cowboy Nation, that defense wins championships.
Oh, I agree.
And we got the quarterback with the pedigree, with the knowledge of the game to get us there. And what I'm trying to say, collectively speaking, that now that all of a sudden we do have the right coaching installed, right? Mm-hmm. We have the right pedigree. Because now what he's saying is that I'm trying to bring forth some good defense to the Dallas Cowboys. Although Mike McCarthy is an offensive-minded guy, but I think that what he sees with the Dallas Cowboys is that we got to elevate our defense. So going into the free agency, going into this draft, look for us to lean on towards defense.
Well, here's, I hear some people saying, let's draft a wide receiver. Let's get somebody on offense. But see, here's the thing. Mm-hmm. With the amount of yardage, the touchdown, the scoring that you did, how much more do you think that offense can really do?
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you had 4,902 yards by your quarterback. Best case, if we didn't have all the drafts, maybe you got 5,500, which, it's close to an NFL record.
Right.
But you look at our special teams that in every category was 27th or worse. If you can get a special teams that gives you the ball, in better fields, so you're not starting out on the 15, maybe you're starting out on the 30. That alone is going to give you a punch. Right. You got a defense that was 27th or 28th and taking the ball away. Is that where I am?
Yeah, you bottom half. Let's just say bottom half. We're allergic to takeaways. I think
we had 18 takeaways, and you compare that to New England, who had 37.
They had one guy on the team that had 5 by himself.
Right. So you give that's giving your offense the ball when the defense isn't ready. Mm-hmm. Defense comes off the field, man, great stop, man. We're getting some Gatorade. We're looking at the tablet and seeing what the offense is doing and everything else, and we're relaxed. All of a sudden, you hear defense. Oh shit! Where's my helmet?
Where's my helmet? Yeah,
you're not ready when you run out there, and that's when the offense makes big plays. They go down the field because you weren't ready for it and get easy scores. Mm-hmm. If you go back to 2014, people will say, "Well, we got a better defense than we had in 2014." Right. Statistically, number-wise, yes, except for one key category.
What's that?
We were second in 2014 in taking the football away. We took the ball away, I want to say, 36 times.
But we still didn't have the defense
but
get Aaron Rodgers off the field.
No, we didn't. True.
And then on top of that, people fail to realize, I think we was talking about this off air as it relates to the reason why the Patriots beat us because of some type of special team play. Yeah. So we don't get that good special team play.
No.
So
we don't.
I want Cowboy Nation I'm gonna paint this picture too to everybody that can hear me. We went out there for the first playoff game that we lost to while Dak Prescott was under the center, what have you, was against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
What did we just did? We went and got some of their players and their coaching staff.
We sure did.
Also, with that, to add extra spice to everything, We lost to the playoff game to the Rams.
Rams.
What do we win and do? You know,
We got the special teams coach.
we got the special team coach, also Skip Pete, because they was running the ball all over us.
Yeah.
And that coach, dare I say, was coaching the Rams. And we sit there and say, hey, C.J. Anderson, the refrigerator with legs. He was running everywhere. We couldn't stop him. We couldn't slow him down. But we went and got him now, the coach. So now I can envision trying to pull my mind together, Mark Holmes, that you got Ezekiel, the main man Elliott, the path of the righteous man, who you invest over 4 years, $90 million into.
Yeah.
To add the extra sauce, we got TP, are you with me? Tony Pollard. We added him into the mix. And what we were talking about, shout out to my guy Big Game James and my guy Skywalker. They went and got George Iloka onto their show. And they said that George Iloka said that we will go through a game plan for a whole week.
You blew my mind when you said that.
Hey, man.
I'm like, are you kidding
Go
me?
through a game plan, Mark, for a whole week, Cowboy Nation. And then when Sunday hit the scene, we get punched in the mouth and they say, hold on, let's change this game plan around. We know that Tony Pollard ran for over 100 yards. And of course, Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, the path of the righteous man, rushed for over 100 yards. But let's throw that game plan out of the way. And we do what we do best, you see. And we just going to run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott and don't even give Tony Pollard a shot. You mean to tell me you think that this new coaching staff is going to do the same? I got land on the moon for sale.
L4G Custom Fabrication. Thank you, my man. You've been a great
yeah.
supporter, man. You're
Oh,
part
yeah.
of that tailgate crew. Make sure you
Yeah.
go ahead and get Marco Polo, man, because, see,
Marco
I've already
Polo.
got Q and I've got Jet D already on that Marco Polo line, so that way you can get a direct message to me, video message and stuff, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Here's one of the things that...
Talk to me.
This is actually defending Jerry Jones. So.
Oh, okay. As long as you said Jerry, I thought you were going to say Jason. I was going to get up.
No. Here's my take, because everybody says that Jerry Jones and the front office was always meddling with Jason Garrett, that they wouldn't allow him to go ahead and coach.
Wow.
I mean, that's the narrative, right?
True.
But let me back up and look at this a little bit differently. Do we know that Jason Garrett was ready to be able to handle all of the duties as a coach? Because here's the thing. Now think about this. Mike McCarthy has been, with Joe Montana, working with him in Kansas City.
True.
Of course, he's been working, with Aaron Rodgers and,
Steve Bono, Rich Gannon,
yeah.
Aaron Brooks.
He's had all these different titles and positions as a coach. Jason Garrett had 1 year of being a quarterback coach under Nick Saban. 1 year.
One? That's all?
And then he came to Dallas and became the offensive coordinator and then became head coach. Do we know that he had the skill, the talent, and the set to be able to do all these things? Because remember, he was calling the plays for the Cowboys, and we were 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, and we had win or go home games 3 years in a row, which in case we lost to the Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles, and all of those play-in games. And to me, those were playoff games. And what did the Cowboys do? They said, we want you to get somebody else to call the plays. So when we look at this with Jason Garrett, do we know that he was capable of being able to come up with an offensive game plan, of being able to coach the players, and to do all of these things? I see you got another super chat over there.
Dallas Cowboys for life. Look, when y'all make the donation, we stop what we doing because this support everything. You see all of the luxury and the love that we have around here. The mic is not cheap. On top of that, we got the monitor over here. We have Hennessy. We have lamps behind us in the bucket, and it's not cheap. So thank you for the donation. You get an opportunity to get this right here. Dallas Cowboys for life. Let's go. Really appreciate you, man.
Sound like we going to church, man.
Yes, indeed.
So that's
Yes,
my
indeed.
thing
Yeah.
is, do we know that Jason Garrett was actually capable of being a head coach? We know he got the job because of nepotism, because he was part of the Cowboys family, and the Cowboys, of course, always hired people that they knew. I'm so happy that they went outside of the Dallas Cowboys and said, we're going to try some different people. And we have so many different views from different coaches. We've got guys that have had head coaching experience, be it not great experience. Joe Philbin didn't exactly do well in Miami, but at least he's seen the whole situation where he understands all parts of the defense and the offense and so on. And I think that that's going to be a change. And so I look at Mike McCarthy, and a lot of people will say, Anthony Martin, thank you very much.
Appreciate you, Anthony.
We'll look at it and say he's a retread. But I think him having a year off to kind of reflect, recharge your batteries, will give him actually a good perspective of going in and coaching with the Cowboys and to really kind of recommit, so to speak.
Right. I think that the things that you lamented to everybody out here is 100% on par of heading into the right direction. For 10 years, you can add 13 if you really do the math. But for 10 years, we had Coach Redball going through, I'm learning how to coach.
Right.
With some good talent. I can argue this to my grave.
Oh.
To my grave, Mark. In 2007, I do know that Parcells, he walked away. But if we were to have Parcells for that 1 year, we will be talking about Tony Romo and a whole
or
different
Sean
life.
Payton.
Oh, my goodness, Sean Payton, Coach Zim. All of those guys, any one of those guys, outside of, dare I say, a Wade Phillips, matched up with a Jason Garrett, who that I will say, both getting paid the same salary. That's silly.
That was a big time
Oh,
mistake.
my goodness. How would you think if all of a sudden, you've been doing carpentry work, right? For many of years. You did all type of luxury designs, and you got the experience and knowledge, and all of a sudden you take a greenhorn. Somebody just knew, wet behind the ear. And they say, well, we pay you the same job as we paying this guy. You see what I'm saying? How would that make you feel?
Right. and see, when they fired
Right.
Wade, I was kind of like, well, shouldn't he was part of the equation too. Shouldn't he be going out with them?
Right. Hey, on top of that, I have to bring this to the table, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to y'all, Nathaniel Hall, Trey, Aaron Rogers. This is Aaron Archer. Really appreciate you. Blake A. And also Fresh Prince 512. Thank you for tuning in. We have to say this. Even with the 3 years we had Coach Bill Parcells, knowing that the team that they had, Testaverde, what's the other
Maximus,
guy?
thank you very much.
What's the other guy, the black quarterback, Quincy Carter?
Quincy Carter, yeah.
We made to the
And
playoffs.
we had,
two out of the 3 years we made it to the playoffs. Even with that team.
This was after having 3, 5, and 11 years.
For real? Doubt.
You don't remember those?
Oh man, I couldn't
Under,
remember. I was in
shit.
amnesia stage. 5-11. We went 5-11 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row, we had 5.
See, that's why I love being on the show with the
That's,
Godfather.
you
man.
know, that's
Oh,
and,
my
and
goodness.
after having gone to 3 Super Bowls, that was agony watching
Oh,
the
my
teams and stuff
goodness.
there. And so, you know, you start. This is where
Wow.
so many Cowboy fans. It seems like you feel like you're entitled, that we're supposed to automatically. There's nothing given to you.
Nothing.
I don't
Nothing
care
at all.
who you are. You have to go out there and earn it. This is one of the things that I think actually hurts a lot of our Dallas Cowboy players because,
Right.
unlike other teams, if you're in Tampa Bay or with the Jets and things, you got to fight to be able to get on the air to get that publicity and stuff.
True.
You know, automatically because you are a Dallas Cowboy, everybody's got a show. Everybody
Right.
knows you're a Dallas Cowboy,
right.
And so sometimes you feel like, yeah, I'm big shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes seems like we just show up and think we're the Dallas Cowboys. We're
Yeah.
supposed to win. And see, this is kind of like where you got that rich kid on the block. You know, like
Right.
he's got that nice bicycle. I'm showing how old I am. But that nice shiny bicycle and everything else. He got all kinds of candy and stuff. And here it is. I'm a rugrat.
Oh,
You know,
speaking of rug
you know,
rats, we
you
got to
know,
do this right quick. Got another donation to help grow the nation.
Okay.
Hey, we always got to hit the pause button for a quick second.
Okay.
And this is Max, M-A-X-I-M.
Is that Maximus again?
Marius? Maximus?
Okay.
If I butchered your name.
Well,
I apologize,
See,
but
he's
it's
been
$5.
he's been in here for 2 hours and he's already sounding like me.
Yeah. M-A-X-I-M-I-N-R-A-S.
So
Appreciate it.
So you have that rich kid, you know, that shows up and yes, I'm the rich kid and all
Right,
this stuff.
right.
You
I'm
got
the
that
rich
guy
kid.
that ain't got shit, who wants to get some of that stuff.
Right.
He comes in and kicks your ass.
Yeah.
And that's the way you look at some of these games
Y'all
when we
listen.
play against those other ones.
Y'all
You have
listen.
other teams that look at it and say, if I beat that Dallas Cowboys ass, I'm making a name for myself.
Listen,
Okay?
nation.
So everybody, when you're the Dallas Cowboys, you got to be ready to play every single week because everybody wants to beat America's team. They hate you. They hate the fact that you're always talked about on TV. Why don't they talk about my team? You know what? I'm going to show these guys so they talk about me. And that's what you get week after week. Stuart Morrison, shout out, man.
And this is just what you're painting a picture for all of the Eagles nations out there. You ever seen the Eagles fans? They come on our page.
Oh my
they be
God.
talking all of that man cash money. And I'm just be sitting there thinking,
Sean
I
Henry.
said, yes, you guys finally got your one Super Bowl. But last I checked, one
my
is
God.
less than 5. And on top of that, before you can get to the table and start talking about the Dallas Cowboys,
but those
can
are old. They don't count.
but can you at least, Cowboy Nation, tell the Eagles Nation that you got to get beyond 3? So you got to talk to the Redskins first. Go to the Redskins
shit.
nations and talk noise against them. Don't come over here to the Dallas Cowboys page and start talking noise and these sorts of things. And you have not even passed the Redskins yet. Beat them first, and then maybe you can have a seat at the table. That's all I have to say. Eagles fans.
Damn, did he actually go to the Redskins? Did he actually say the Redskins were better than you?
Oh,
Damn.
Stuart Morrison, thank you so much for making the donation to help grow the nation. You get an opportunity and a chance to win this too as well. Look,
Stuart is a great supporter of the channel.
Really appreciate you, Stu.
Stuart has done a lot of stuff. He actually has his own charity events and stuff like that.
Oh, my goodness.
And
Hit me up,
so
Stuart.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Robert Smith, Jason Garrett. Oh, I love this. Wait. We got a Giant fan in here. Robert Smith 2.0. It says, Jason Garrett is a good offensive coordinator. You can believe that if you want. Go ahead. I'm happy. Listen, I'm happy he's at your house, okay?
And the moon is made of cheese. Just buy your jet and rocket and get up there. I guarantee you it tastes good. Yes. So shout out to Jason Garrett. He's a great, fantastic, wonderful offensive coordinator. We're not talking bad about Jason.
Now, I tell you what, I wish I had started writing all these down.
Shout out to you, Matthew Calloway, man. Really appreciate you, man. DJ Cos, man. Aaron Archer, really appreciate you. Blake A. You might have to write that down for the donation to help grow the Cowboys nations as well as Cowboys Joe Boo and Mark Holmes and company.
Blake what?
Blake A.
Blake
Happy
A.
Friday.
Damn.
Blake.A.
Epic
Great show.
fail. How's that an epic fail? Wait. Damn, I love that sticker. Wait. Hold on.
What happened?
Wait a minute. No, I got a.
This
a
is
super
total
chat
pandemonium.
from Derek, explain why it was an epic fail. What was an or is that a Jason Garrett was an epic fail?
Oh my goodness, with Jason Garrett, man. Oh my goodness.
But see,
Coach Redball, man. Shout out to him. We love him.
No,
we definitely gonna love him this year.
Honestly, I honestly look at everything the Cowboys did. Basically, was a throwback to what we did when he was with the Cowboys.
Right.
There was no innovation, and it seemed like you were saying that they would come up with a game plan, and it just seemed like, where did this come from? It's like we revert back to stupid. When he said, we don't use in-game statistics or analytics, I was like, how? What?
Yeah. And you're right, you don't do that. The possibilities and everything, what you said when he said he don't use in-game analytics and statistics and these sorts of things, you can just go back to the Minnesota Vikings game.
Oh, my God.
Just break that down. I know he
look,
got the notes and the information all up in the dome, man. Go ahead.
Now, here it is. You got your quarterback who is hot. He is 397 yards. Your running back.
Goodness.
Minnesota went into that game and said, we are not going to let Zeke Elliott beat us. We are going to stack the box, and we're going to make Dak Prescott beat us.
Oh, yeah.
And Zeke did not do shit that game. He was averaging about 2 yards a game. And here it is.
1.9 to be exact.
You need a game-winning drive. Yeah. Your quarterback is, passing it down the field. And you end up reverting back to, well, let's go back to run the ball.
Running the ball.
And mind you, in that game, too, that was another one of those games that we had a missed field goal, right?
Oh, my goodness. Man, why you had to bring that up? Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
But here it is. Yeah. Now you're going to run the ball twice and go ahead and screw it up. When your quarterback had a hot hand. That's the kind of stuff you kind of look and say, the fuck?
The stupidity.
Now I'm going to we were talking about that Ram game. Everybody talks about, you didn't show up on the Eagles. those two games, if you actually go back, and I actually challenge you to go back and look at these things. A lot of people will go through and they'll just say, Dak sucks. As I went through and pointed out about the Jet game, people will say, well, Sam Darnold beat you guys, beat Dak Prescott. But you understand that Randall Cobb didn't play. You understand that Lyle Collins didn't play. You understand. Did I miss one?
Oh, Dallas Cowboys for life. He said, I love y'all show, man. Hey, but I know you guys are busy, but can you react to the live chat more? Can you tell them the fun is so small, we could have had it see. But, hey, you got an opportunity and a chance, man. I really appreciate you, Dallas Cowboys for life. Also, to Pablo, really appreciate you, as well as Trey on the Facebook panel. Really thank you for tuning in.
Hold on, Brian. Brian, do not tell that damn lie.
Broadus?
No.
Oh.
This is a Redskin fan. He said, we sure loved Jason Garrett when he was winning. I said, bullshit, because I've been calling for his ass to be fired for a long time. Okay? When they said, what year was he his coach of the year? Was that 2014?
2014, coach of the year. Yeah.
You know what? I said his ass should have been fired then, because when you think about this,
talk to him.
No. Everybody says, well, we got screwed with the Dez catch, no catch. Right? It shouldn't have been that. It was 4th down and 1. You had a lot of time on the clock. You had the best offensive line in football. And you want to try and kill some of this clock. You don't want to hurry up and score and give Aaron Rodgers time. Take that offense. You had DeMarco Murray, who led the league in rushing. Run the ball, pick up the first down, and methodically go down the field.
Methodically move that.
And instead, you go ahead and see. This is where I say, okay, you know what? I can understand. You made a decision. Okay, I get that. All right, but here's the thing. Then after the game, you throw your quarterback under the bunch and you say, well, he had an option on that.
Oh my God.
So that's like, wait a minute. You don't take responsibility, Glenn Arrington. Shout out to you, man. What's up, Mark and Law?
I can see it from over here.
In my book, 5 Rings Gets You. Wait a minute.
Woo.
5 Rings gets you a seat at the grown-ups table. Anything less at the kiddies table. Damn. He said, y'all Eagles at the kiddies table. Glenn Allen, thank you very much.
Oh, man, you might have to write his name down twice. Hey, you saying the right thing. Because here's the thing with Jason Garrett. We were so knowing that Jerry Wayne Jones, he loved Jason Garrett so much that we were saying to ourselves, we know that Jason Garrett don't make the adjustments. You knew that, right? Mm-hmm. We was begging for us to just make it to the playoff wild card so we won't have that week off, because we knew for sure that, hey, if he get to the playoff, he won't be able to make that necessary adjustment. That's why when we went into the, who we played, the Detroit?
Right.
That's why we got our first playoff win under his administration. Mm-hmm. On top of that, if you add into the fact, when we beat the Seattle Seahawks, we was what? What were we? Wild card?
We were wild card.
Because we knew as Cowboys fans, Cowboys purists, we knew for sure that Jason Garrett couldn't make the necessary adjustments. So that's why we said we have to make it to the playoff. Wild card. Without a week bye, because we know that Jason Garrett would not be able to make the necessary adjustments. Don't you guys know that if we were to make it to the Super Bowl, by God chance, if it's a slither of a small chance, my guy Mark Holmes.
Oh shit!
With Jason Garrett, oh my goodness, he would have
still been here.
Woo, he'd have still been here, but that Super Bowl would have been just atrocious. If you think about it, collectively speaking, because he just don't know how to make the necessary adjustments. That's just the reality of it. I hate to say that, but that's just the reality of it, Cowboy Nation.
Okay, so now we have, I'm going to tell you, we're going to get a boost.
Right.
In the same way we did from Kellen Moore calling the plays the first couple of weeks, because teams didn't know what to expect.
Right.
There's 9 years of books of knowing that Dallas Cowboys, 70% of the time we're going to run Zeke Elliott up the middle. Okay, so understand that's the first priority right there. You understood that with Jason Witten being old and slow, that here's the thing, we'll leave him open.
Right.
Because we want him to be the one getting the ball as opposed to Amari Cooper or Michael Gallup, who's getting 15 yards down the field. If Jason Witten gets the ball on a 5 or 6 yard route, he ain't carrying more than a couple yards. We'll take that all day.
Right.
So that's why you look at the numbers. Damn, Dallas Cowboys for life.
For
Damn.
life. Not for a small check, but for life. What he put down there, what he got down. Shout out to you, man. I
Damn.
really appreciate your
Yeah.
love and adulations
Listen,
and the donation to help grow the nation.
My hand, you know, here's what we're gonna have to do. I know what we're gonna have to do because I'm looking at all of these donations that
Yeah.
we made between the two channels.
Donations.
We're gonna have to reach into the box because I got some other stuff from the Super Bowl. If I
Let's
can,
bring out something else,
if I
man.
can,
What
if
else
I
we
can
gonna
get
do?
my ass up because
Oh
I'm
yeah!
old.
Shout out to him, man, while he gets up. And since
Okay.
you guys are making this type of love and adulation for the nation, going on my page, going on.
We need to get Joe Boo's bottle here.
Mark Holmes' page.
I don't know exactly what this is, but they had these at the NFL shop. I don't know what it is.
You put it right here. You can just hold it like a rock. Hold it high. Don't hold it low. Hold it high. And so you won't fumble this thing. Let's go. Thomas Garrett, really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Law, give Joe Boo a drink. Laugh out loud. This is from my guy, Chef. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Cowboy Nation, as we continue to grow, this is the things that we can be doing down the line. Not just like every blue moon, but once in a while type of deal. You look, give it. Ooh-wee, what is this?
That's the Jobu Sports Reports.
Joe Boo Sports Report.
We'll give away a set of 4 of those as
We're
well.
giving away these now.
Now,
And of course,
you got a set that's going to go with you. So we'll be doing that. We'll be doing some giveaways
yeah.
through the evening. Did I miss another one?
Oh my goodness, man. This is a
Okay,
good
all
show,
right.
man. Good show. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
But actually, we need to actually collab. And you know, I can get you back in Skyping in and stuff.
What
on
they
a
say,
regular-
Keith Parrish. What about Henry Ruggs? Have you got a chance to look at any of these young kids out of this?
You know,
draft?
see, I stay in my lane. I don't step on others.
Toes.
And see, that's where we got to go ahead and get Vosh up in
Vosh,
here. But
yeah.
everybody's talking about Henry Rugg, and he looks good, but I don't think he's going to be there by the time we end up picking.
Yeah.
Now, see, for me, which way you want to go in the draft?
I'm a defensive-minded guy.
Okay.
Yeah, the teams
But-
that I just mentioned, like the Joe Flacco's, the Trent Differs, the Brad Johnsons of the world. Even if you want to throw in the fact of, dare I say, the Tom Brady first 3 Super Bowls, I could say that. He wasn't spectacular in those first 3 Super Bowls. A Russell Wilson. All of those teams had one thing in common. They had defense.
I was going to say.
They had
because
defense. Yeah.
Every one
And
of the
good coaching, of
Patriots, you know, they'll look back and they'll talk about Peyton. They'll look back and talk about Tom Brady being a great quarterback.
Right.
But see, what's really lost is you think about those defenses with Teddy Bruschi and all of those
Ooh.
guys that they had.
Oh,
Because the first couple of years, Tom Brady was really just kind of a game manager.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about the Super Bowl they won last year, it wasn't through the air.
No.
And quite frankly, they could have lost that one had Jared Goff not been so late on those 2 deep routes.
Right.
He had 2 guys wide open, but he was late on deliveries, and they ended up being incompletions. And those could have been the difference of the game. So you got to understand that Tom Brady, I think, is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Don't get this twisted. But I sit here and look at things like seeing that Jimmy Garoppolo was 3-0 with them. I look at Jacoby Brissett, you know, being 1-0 when he started his first game as a rookie.
Right.
I look at Matt Castle having a winning record under him. And when we look at Jason Garrett, what we ended up having, listen,
Right.
you still had the best offensive line in football. You still had the 4th best rushing attack, I believe, in 2015.
Wow.
Okay? You know, Darren McFadden had 1,000 yards, and he didn't start till week 4.
Wow. Oh, you got
And-
something else to write? I got Thomas Garrett.
Thomas Garrett.
He got my last name as his first name, and Jason Garrett as his last name. But shout out to Thomas Garrett. He made the donation to help grow the nation, and
Okay.
he also said, "Don't fumble the ball."
Oh, but
donation. You know.
is that a foot? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, you know, you
make
can
it
use it for a headrest and stuff. I got a couple of those, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll do that as a
Carry
giveaway.
high, you
We'll be
know.
giving away some shot glasses so that way we can go shot.
Shot.
Because Lord knows the Cowboys make you drink. I used to only have about a drink a month, but, you know, lately here with Jerry Jones and the
Oh, my
Cowboys,
goodness, yeah.
you just have to drink.
You got to. Yes, indeed. So you was talking about how this guy Tom Brady was being able to finesse his particular run as it relates to going to the Super Bowl with defense. Yeah.
Yeah. I want you. Here's where you got to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you a real question. If Tom Brady played on the Dallas Cowboys, if we just brought Tom Brady instead of Dak Prescott, do we
Right.
go to the playoffs?
I don't think so. I don't
If
think so.
Tom Brady played for Jason Garrett, does he win the Super Bowl?
I just don't think that he's that much of a difference maker. I know I'm gonna get hate mail for saying that, but I don't think that one player is that much of a difference maker. And here's why. And I know I'm gonna get crucified on it. But do you remember, although they made it to the Super Bowl, Peyton Manning that year, they made it to the Super Bowl and they got beat down by the Legion of Boom. You
Right.
remember that year? They had to put pieces around Peyton Manning. That team was collectively still loaded, what have you. But what I'm trying to say to everybody, that it's a collective unit, not an individual unit. And what I mentioned earlier by mentioning the other Brad Johnsons, the Trent Dilfers, the Joe Flaccos, the Eli Mannings of the world, even Russell Wilson, is that it took a collective team to get us there, to get them there, basically. And it would take a collective team to get, dare I say, the Dallas Cowboys there. Even if you look back at the early 90s.
Right.
You witnessed this and you was more, I guess, in tune with the Cowboys than I was at the
Because
time.
you're a baby.
Because I was a baby, man. I was still young. I was still...
What he's what
Yeah.
he's saying is your old ass. Okay.
But what I'm saying is that you could identify with those Buffalo Bills team. They was loaded, you see.
Yeah.
They had Bruce Smith, they had Andre Reed, they had Don BB, they had the running back Thurman Thomas. Shout out to the Thomases. You know what I'm saying? They had
Yeah.
they had the best offense you can buy because the quarterback Jim Kelly, if you look at his numbers, was
Jim Kelly was a beast.
he was their version of Pat Mahomes. You see what I'm saying? During that time frame. But how many Super Bowls do he have?
He went to 4.
He went
but
to
see,
4.
you know, that's one of those ones that, you know, I don't blame Jim Kelly because I hate to say it, the kicker, I can't remember his name. He went to JMU. But it's one of those things that we just kind of strike out of our memory because he went to JMU. But had he made that kick against the Giants, their future might have been totally different.
Yeah.
Having the momentum of actually winning that one. But you're right. They ended up having great players. You know, you had Thurman Thomas, who was an incredible running back. You know, the K-Gun offense was incredible. The fact that they were able to throw the ball in the weather that they did in Buffalo was amazing. They had Bruce Smith, who was, I believe, the all-time leading sack, leader and stuff. And they were stacked. They were a great team. The Dallas Cowboys, understand though, were a little bit better team. And you look at this, you can say, it was all Troy Aikman, but it wasn't. Collectively, you had, Michael Irvin. You had Larry Allen, who literally was bench pressing like 700 pounds.
I'm surprised you just said Larry Allen and didn't put Big Larry Allen in front of it. Big Larry. And shout about Eric, too.
Eric Williams,
Oh
Mark Spitnowski, Mark Tuinei. I mean, you had an offensive line that literally opened up holes that I could run through right now. But even with that, you still had a Michael Irvin that was able to go deep. And because of that, you had guys who were more of a role player like Alvin Harper that could go across the middle and go.
And I know you can't.
You had a great tight end in Jay Novacek.
Novacek, I know it.
So
yes.
you had all of these guys, and you had the number one defense in the NFL that took the ball away with a prime time. Okay?
Oh, number one defense. There was not one person cried and begged to say, "Hey, can you put me in the Pro Bowl?" You remember that?
Yeah.
Look, they used that. This is where head coaching come into play. They use that as fire and desire. And I'm not talking about our Cowboys. I'm not talking about us swiping. I'm not talking about us talking about hot boards and these sorts of things. But let's be real about it. Did you know that one of those guys, like you said, was not one of those guys was selected to the Pro Bowl?
They didn't deserve to.
Yeah.
Now, you know what?
But the defense was top.
I've met D-Law.
Oh, wow.
I've actually interviewed him. Joe Boo's actually interviewed him.
Shout out to Joe Boo.
His rookie year or second year. I like D-Law. D-Law can be a beast. What I hope is that this season ends up being a big slice of humble pie.
Right.
And that he rededicates himself to being a beast. I saw a clip of Zeke Elliott working out like crazy. He
Yeah.
looked like he was getting ready for skiing.
Yeah.
But he's working. And I'm hoping that these guys look at it and say, you know what, I got paid last year.
Right.
Last year was not the season that I think I should have had.
Yeah.
I've got to do better.
Right.
Because this whole thing of, almost sue the 49ers for,
for taking my name and putting an extra Z on the end of it. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Do you think the Doomsday Defense went around and said, we're the Doomsday Defense?
Oh, no.
Do you think the Steel Curtain said, we the Steel Curtain?
No.
Do you think the Purple People Eaters went around and said, we're the Purple People Eaters?
No.
Did we go around and say, we're America's team?
No.
What it was is they went out on the field and people looked and said, damn,
Yeah.
damn. Those guys are
Yeah.
like a doomsday.
Hey.
When you come to Dallas, you ain't getting shit. It is literally like it's
Preach.
the end of the world.
Yeah.
And that's how you get a name.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of people. We the Purge Squad.
Well, Purge
we,
Squad.
We the Hot Boy. And Hot Boy, I'm sorry.
Ah!
Hot Boy. I want to think of a hot. Every time I think of Hot Boys, I just want to think of like a boy band. Hot Boy. I'm sorry. It doesn't put any fear in me. Hot Boy. I get the reference, but I'm sorry. That shit sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I want D-Law to do is, like his mama said, shut your mouth and let your play on the field
Preach.
do it.
Yeah.
Because that's where you look at it and say, you're out there promoting yourself instead of promoting yourself on the field.
Right, right. Promote the team, not individuals. And I understand this modern day time in society. Everybody got a YouTube page. Everybody got a Facebook page, a MySpace, a Black Planet page. What else page out there? A Twitter and a Twitch. But I would say this. We love the Cowboys. We Cowboys fans. We're not Purge Squad fans. We're not
You're right.
Hot Boys fans. So what I want this new team to think about when they're heading into this 2020 season, to use that 2020 as a vision and to say that, hey, we were sullied, we are denigrated upon. We got all of these talking heads, including me, talking about us. I want to go out there and make things happen on the field.
Oh, wait. Junebug.
Junebug! Shout out to Junebug!
Derek Barnett debate you and me. Who are you? And why should I debate you? Who are you? I'm sorry. Derek debate me. What? Who are you?
What is it? Who? Yes, indeed. We
Debate
need a
you
new
about
punter.
what?
We need a new punter. It's G. What's good with you, Blake A? What's good with you, Donald
Okay.
Ashbury? Really appreciate you too.
I'm
For tuning in.
almost there. Damn, I'm almost there. Okay, you know what? But here's the thing. I was gonna do a video on this later, but I'm
Right.
gonna give you guys hope. Okay.
Hope.
Because all you Eagle fans that are pounding your chest, I remember when you guys won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That I remember somebody saying that, yeah, the Eagles fans, we're gonna be running shit for like the next 10 years. We the bomb. Ain't nobody gonna have a chance. And I said, you might want to pump the brakes on
Pump
that.
the brakes. Yeah.
But let me grab this little list over here if I can get my old ass.
Oh, and how many years it has been since the Eagles won their Super Bowl now? In
It's been
counting?
a couple of years now.
It's been a couple years, so you guys better,
Forgive me, my back is killing
better
me right
watch
now.
out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the thing.
He got a list.
I did my paperwork, okay? And it hit me this morning because, see, the NFC East is not like, the Patriots division. Patriots every year, Patriots going to win.
Yeah.
Basically, if you bet on the Patriots winning the division, it's probably even money.
Even money, yeah.
The NFC East, since the Eagles in 2002, 2003, 2004 won the division, they owned the division.
Wow.
Since that time, it's always been somebody new.
Oh, wow.
And including 3 times that we've had Super Bowl winning teams. That those teams did not repeat being the division champs.
Oh, Gold Nugget.
Now here's where we go. The Eagles in 2004 won the division at 13-3. You know what they were the next year?
9-7.
6-10.
Wow.
The Giants in 2005 won it at 11-5. They were 8-8. Then the Eagles won it again in 2006. They were 10-6. They went 8-8.
Oh, wow.
Our Cowboys won it 2007 at 13-3. Went 9-7.
Oh, wow.
The Giants won it the next year, was 12-4. They went 8-8.
Wow.
The Cowboys in 2009, we were 11-5 and won it.
Yeah.
Dropped to 6-10.
Wow. Woo.
The Eagles, 2010, 10-6 went 8-8.
Uh.
You see a pattern here?
I see the pattern, if I can think it out, is that every time you made it to the
Every time you won the division,
and plus made it to the playoff, that the
now,
following
I
year,
will say
yeah,
that there
you fell
was
off.
2 times that a team ended up winning the division. The Giants in 2011 at 9-7 ended up being 9-7 the next year, and the Eagles in 2013 at 10-6 ended up being 10-6 the next year.
10-6 back.
Other
to back.
than that, every other year, teams lost by at least 2 games, in some cases by 7 games
Oh
more.
wow.
So on average, the team that wins the division the next year loses by 3.4 games. Now it's funny because Dan the Man Cunningham, thank you for that super chat. Oh, I missed a couple in here. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and
Hey,
also
Chris Miller.
write down Glenn Arrington.
Glenn
Made the donation
Arrington.
to help grow the nation. Just joined the channel membership as well. So free.
Glenn Arrington, boom.
Keep on preaching. Really appreciate you. Thank you for joining the channel membership.
I
Tell
did-
them about the channel membership on your end as
Oh,
well.
well, okay. Well, here's
Yeah.
the you know,
Good
we've
segue
got,
right
we
quick.
actually have channel memberships here
Yeah.
on my channel and stuff. We're doing a whole bunch of different things. There's a couple of different levels.
Right.
If you become a member, you get a shot glass, and I want you to send your picture in because we have a shot video where we got everybody holding their shot glass and stuff that we play. And depending on what level you get, we've got different accesses for our tailgates and different merchandise that we end up sending you and things like that because
Yeah.
it's helping our channel to upgrade and stuff that we're doing. The fact that I'm actually able to sit here and actually look at my software and stuff is because of the donations and stuff from the
Right.
fans and stuff, and it goes beyond just being channel members.
Yeah.
It goes beyond. I mean, it goes to even watching the channel, liking, subscribing, and being part of it. All these things help the search engine optimization and everything else and all that. So that way we can try and bring you some content, or at least what we feel is great content. And
Yeah.
I think you got another one there too.
Oh wow! That's Glenn Arrington.
Okay.
Yeah. On top of that, they give you behind the scenes stuff like he was saying, and private videos and private live streams. You say.
Yeah,
So-
and
so that goes a long
That's where
way.
we're going to be doing more and more stuff as
Yeah.
we get closer to the season. So I appreciate all the support.
Really do.
Now I forgot where I was.
You was talking about the fact that when the team do win the division plus go to
Oh,
the playoff. Yeah.
And here's the funny
Yeah.
thing, because I talked about this because I did the same thing with teams that that go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And basically, it's about that same. On average, it's about 3.2 losses more the next year
Oh wow.
for teams to go to the Super Bowl. And I said that to the Eagles. They said, "Oh, you're just a hater." It's like, really?
Yeah.
They went 13-3.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, they went 9-7.
Oh wow.
So they fell right into the category as the statistics went through and followed it. And now that's not to say that they don't go through and have a great season next year, but I look at the Eagles and say, okay, your team has a lot of holes.
They do.
You have a lot of older players, okay? The fact you got Jason Peters, you're saying, you can go ahead and check out free agency stuff. Even though
Yeah.
he is injured a lot, when he
Yeah.
plays, he is a great player. He's a future Hall of
Yeah.
Famer. That's another guy they got to replace. You look at them basically like buzzards circling around.
Right.
Our Dallas Cowboys hoping
Yeah.
that Byron Jones and Amari Cooper end up going. They got a lot of holes that they have to fill, and they don't have as much money as the Dallas Cowboys have to do it with.
I think they got $41 million, and they
Yeah.
already paid their quarterback. So $41 million. That's a lot of money. That's still a lot of money over the cap or what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Well, under the cap, $41 million. So I think
Chris
they can
Miller,
still make
thank
some
you
moves.
very much.
Yeah.
And Dan the Man Cunningham, I appreciate both of those super chats. I got you guys up in here. You can see we're going
Mix
to
that
be doing
bucket
quite
around.
a few giveaways and stuff today. Hope
Mix
you guys
that
are
bucket
enjoying
around.
the comment stuff. Shout out to Law Nation being in the man cave. Yeah, man.
Yeah. First time in here, man. Pretty nice setup, man.
Well, I've got to go through because I got too much stuff. I think what I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to have to do is just start giving some stuff away.
Oh,
Michael might be mad because some of that's his inheritance. Okay? He'd be like, "Hey, no, you can't give that away." But I've gotten a lot of really nice stuff from some fans and stuff. And believe me, you don't have to send. Please, you don't have to send me stuff. I don't have places to put it up, but I'm very appreciative about it. And what I really want to be able to do during the season is be able to bring some fans and stuff in here.
Wow.
So we
Yeah.
get 15, 20 people or so coming in here, being part of the live stream and watching the game and, having fun together.
The setup is really nice, Cowboy Nation. It's wonderful, wonderful.
Derek
situation.
Barnett, you want me to debate you on Dak. You keep asking for logical reasons on why people are not happy with Dak. Okay. All right. Why don't you comment a couple of them over here and let me see if they're actually worthy of having a debate.
Well, the thing is, the craziest thing of it is that the Cowboys do believe
Glenn
in Dak
Arrington,
Prescott.
thank you very much.
Glenn Arrington, really appreciate you for making donations on both deals too.
Oh, you got you on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he made a donation earlier, man.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you. Here's the thing, though, Cowboy Nation. The Cowboys do believe in Dak Prescott, and here's why I say that. Anytime you put a $33 million contract on the table, you see, on top of that, the new collective bargain agreement is not settled or set in stone yet. They still gave him an offer. It's not like they said, well, 33 is not going to be an offer. So
Yeah.
it could be a situation, Mark, where they looking at it like, look, we're going to wait till this collective bargain agreement go all the way through. But talk
I am
to
the
me.
sheepdog too. I think actually that's where everybody is waiting right now. Because see, here's the thing. That's another one of those things that where they're using that as a kiddie.
It's in there.
They're saying, you know, we're not making these deals. I think the owners basically have colluded and said, listen, don't make any of these mega deals and stuff until after the players sign this. Because, see, for the rookies, what I'm hearing is the minimum right now is like $400,000. It's going to go up to like $610,000. It'll be the minimum salary.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at the possibly Orlando Scandrick was saying that his projections for this year's salary cap
Write
this
it down.
year would be $240 million. That would be an additional $40 million on the cap.
Oh, wow.
In which case, if you are like Kansas City, you're looking at that and saying, you know, let's wait until we get this new deal because we only have $13 million right now cap space. And we may not have to get rid of as many players as we have to if it doesn't go through. So I think that's one of the reasons why the owners are trying to put more pressure on the players to get this thing done.
Yeah. And I believe exactly, falling in line, exactly what you're saying, is that technically speaking, there's no such thing as salary cap hell. If you look at the actual data and the number, the historical data, for anybody that knows math or anything, since 2014, 15, the NFL been at an all-time high. All-time high is collective revenue.
2012, it was 120. And it's
Wow.
gone up every year since there. 120. It's averaged $10 million a year. And think about this.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
No.
That's a lot of
Think
money.
about what's happened in that time. You had the anthem protests where people were pissed off and not watching.
Right.
You had
True.
the concussions.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the concussion movie and the players that were all suing and they were saying, "Oh, football's going to die. Football is, you know, it's on its last leg."
The soccer
you had
moms.
viewership
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah.
Yet the salary cap still went up by average $10 million. To put that in perspective, if you do math, think about this:
Quick math, yeah.
$10 million on each team. Multiply that by 32 teams. That's $320 million. Now, basically multiply that by 2 because that was the player share and the owner share. So that means gross revenue went up by $640 million a year.
Listen.
Even though attendance was down because
Right.
the anthem protest, because of concussion protocol and all that stuff, all of those things happened, and they still were making $600,000 more to be able to have the salary cap go up.
Up.
Now you add into it having another week of football with the television contracts, gambling. Right now, Maryland just passed, or excuse me, is putting on the ballot for this fall,
Right.
gambling at the Redskins' new stadium.
Wow.
There's a license for the Redskins to have at the stadium. We're talking sports books. You'll be able to go to the stadium when they build a new one and get rid of that piece of shit dump they have.
Right.
You'll be able to go ahead and put, hey, man, you know, I'll put $200 on the Cowboys to win.
Wow.
At the stadium.
At the stadium.
You know how much money that's going to... I'm going to tell you because...
Talk
see,
to me. Talk to
They
me.
started doing something new. They had a 50-50 raffle for NFL charities.
Right.
So basically, they just had people walking around with a sign. 50-50 raffle.
Right.
At the Super Bowl, just between the pregame and the game, they ended up getting... I think it was $900,000
Wow.
at the stadium for people just to gamble for a 50-50 raffle. So 50 of that went into the charity. The other 50% went into the NFL's pocket. So think about all that money that's going to be part of the salary cap, along with having more games. And see, the NFL is trying to get this thing done because they know that right now attendance was up for last year.
Right.
Viewership was up. We got a new labor agreement. We got an extra game. TVs, just make it rain on us.
To make it
Just
rain.
make it rain on us with money. And I guarantee you, somebody's gonna start streaming games.
Oh yeah, I think that Twitter already to start trying to go down that avenue of streaming games and Twitch or what have you.
And just like
Yeah.
Netflix started out real cheap,
Right.
now that you hooked,
$14.99 or
the
$9.99.
price keep going up. So the NFL, they haven't been in business losing money. They're about making money, and they got it.
And that wasn't the case in the scenario as it relates to 2000, 2001, 2002, and 3. And that's why we were in those bad moments as it relates to the Cowboys, because we had bad contracts with the Joey Galloways of the world, the Roy Williams contract.
Oh my
we
God.
had horrible contracts.
And see, that's where we had Jay Radcliffe. Marion Barber. We paid Marion Barber what, $54 million?
Oh my goodness.
Marion Barber. He wasn't even a full-time starter, and he ain't gonna make it that long.
In 2016, I believe.
Travis Collington, thank you very much.
Appreciate you, Travis. Hey, in 2016, I think we were still paying Miles Austin. You see, I remember 2017, I think we were still had Miles Austins on the books. But here's what I'm saying, is by the collective bargain agreement, if they do sign this,
Yeah.
even the old collective bargain agreement in 2015, 16, 17, and beyond, if you just sit your butt on the bench the next year, you get a raise. You see, all it took for you to do is make the team. The salary cap been increasing, like you said, since 2012, collectively speaking, more and
Bringing it
more.
up.
And by you just sitting on the bench, you made more money. You see. So my thing is, Cowboy Nation, stop saying and stop echoing the people that don't do their research, who don't understand money, sitting there saying that if the Cowboys pay Dak Prescott, the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys would be put in place in salary cap hell. There's no such thing. Because the revenue is at its all-time high. On top of that, last year, Mark.
Think about the Giants eating $16 million of Odell Beckham Jr.'s contract last year.
Just ate it, yeah.
Ate $16 million just to get rid of his ass.
Goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Nick
stuff.
Foles, we were talking about like Nick Foles that, they owe him a boatload of money, and they're like, shit, we'll trade him and a pick to you. Just take him off. We don't want anything returned. Just take this motherfucker off.
Just take him. But it is what it is, nation. Is that now that this NFL is at its all-time high. We were talking about when Carr got his money in 2016 or 17, whatever it was. It was $25 million.
He was the highest
25
paid
million
for a minute.
For a minute. All it does is it reset the market. There's no such thing as you getting paid as it relates to top 3 or top 5 talent. All it does is reset the market.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though.
So Todd France know this. Todd France know this.
But the thing that people don't seem to understand is when you look at 2 years ago, when the salary cap, when Kirk Cousins got his deal, it was about $180 million. Now it's $200 million, maybe it might be $240 million.
Right.
A lot of that is the cost of living. I talked about when I worked at McDonald's in high school that I made $3.35 an hour.
Wow.
And at that time, that was actually a lot of money because it was, 34 years ago or so, or something like that, or 36 years ago.
Wow.
But you look at it now, they're making $15 an hour.
I'm 37 years old, so I was one.
Okay. So, but that's a normal appreciation because that's what the market is doing. So people just get bent out of shape. I think there's another underlying reason why they're mad that Dak Prescott might be highest paid. But think about this.
Talk to me.
Kirk Cousins, I'm wondering if Kirk Cousins will say, you know what? I got $88 million from Minnesota already. I've made $128 million, and Minnesota is, they got 1 year left on his deal.
Right.
They're saying we're going to try and, get an extension for him. I wonder if he's going to take a pay cut and say, you know what, I got enough money for me for the rest of my life. Let me take a pay cut because I want to win the Super Bowl. Do you think that's going to happen?
No, it won't happen because, like you said, everything is collective bargain, agreed upon. And what happened here is that Kirk Cousins, dare I say, have an agent. And his agency, we're not allowed that to happen. On top of the fact that he's not been winning Super Bowl rings. And on top of that, you got to understand that there's other people that's under that, dare I say, contract. You see, I'm talking about the agency contract.
Right.
You see, not the NFL contract.
Glenn Arrington, thank you very much.
Glenn Arrington's
Yeah,
on a
Mark
roll.
Holmes, Law, Vosh,
Yeah.
and E2 at the same time.
Oh, wow.
He could be called the Cowboys' Great Wall of Knowledge.
Oh,
Damn.
wow. That's good stuff,
Damn.
man. Shout out to your AO, man. It's on my Twitch page, man.
Actually,
Really
maybe
appreciate you.
That's what
Yeah.
I might be able. As soon as I get these finished, I'm actually gonna send a message to E2 and say, "Hey, I can Skype his ass in."
Yeah, Skype him, man. Put him
He
on
won't
the
get
TV.
into chicken wings, and he'll be mad about that.
Yeah, man.
but-
Oh, I can't wait to get Joe Boo chicken wings, man. I've been watching and salivating as I watch from Dallas, tuning in to Mark Holmes' page and watching how they eat like Ezekiel Elliott does on Sundays. And I sit there and say, hey, can I get a piece? What can a brother do to get a piece? And
All you
I'm
gotta
right
do-
here in the man cave. I can't wait till you drop the chicken in the grease. Hey, I'm going to eat it all the way up. I'm going to be Ezekiel Elliott that thing.
Well,
but what I'm saying
I got,
is that
I got 10 pounds up there ready
10
to go.
pounds ready to go. Cowboy Nation, I will say this. We was talking about Kirk Cousins. We got so much. We can talk, as you guys can see, till the sun comes up about the Dallas Cowboys. Marathon show. We was talking about market, right? About the fact that, what's this guy named Kirk Cousins?
Mm-hmm.
He just can't sit back and say, well, since I made $128 million, I will sign a deal that's for 4 years for $20 million. Outright, it's 20 million. He can't do that because you stay in this wonderful, beautiful, lovely housing community.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you be pissed off and upset if your neighbor right down the street sold his house less than market
Oh, yeah.
value?
Right.
Sold his house.
You
I'm
messing
talking
up.
money to you guys now.
You
Would-
messing with my money, yeah.
Hey, if he sold his house at $10,000 right down the street, you would start a riot. You see what I'm saying?
I finally got them all. Okay.
I mean, everybody in this housing community
Yeah, you just-
will
you
go
just-
down the street and say, no way, we are not allowing this to happen. We're not allowing this to go through for you selling this house at $10,000 or at $100,000. I'm not going to put down your house and market. You know what I'm saying? But that's collectively what we're talking about as it relates to market value. You can't just sign a deal way below fair market value and expect that the other people within the community or within the quarterback situation to sit back and say to themselves, oh, that's a nice deal what Dak Prescott is doing. What Tom Brady did was uncommon. And I guarantee you, I'm going to go to my grave saying this.
But New England didn't
I
pay
guarantee-
anybody.
but
New
I
England didn't
guarantee
pay
you that-
anybody.
I guarantee you that Rod, what's that guy?
But, you know, he's
He'll
looking
paying
at...
him under the table.
It might be.
He'll paying him merchandise, TB12. Remember that report came out, TB12 jerseys and T-shirts were
Yeah.
being sold at the stadium, and they said that that's not supposed to happen. That's not within the collective bargain. But by them being in Patriots land, they don't do
You
the
know they get away with
investigation
all
for
that
that.
shit.
They can get away for it. But I guarantee you, about 30 years from now, ESPN 30 for 30 going to be doing a
Coming
special
through.
report
Yeah.
saying that Tom Brady got paid under the table. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
You know what?
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah. You can't have your own
This guy
merchandise
Derek
sold on
Barnett
the stage.
debate you and me on Dak. You keep asking for logical reasons on why people are not happy. You know what? Hey Derek, how about you do this? Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Do you? Does it?
I don't know. Derek Barnett, I thought he was the defensive edge rusher for the Eagles. Huh?
No.
Yes. Salad was good, which appreciate you for tuning in. Where's the live McDonald's? Is $17. He said, where do you live for McDonald's to pay $17 an hour on my Twitch page?
Well, I don't know about 17, but I know in California that it's up to like 15 and stuff.
Oh,
And I know,
gotta go to
PC
California.
That they're working on that too.
Yeah.
But we're working on trying to get E2 actually Skyped in, and I think I can actually put a camera up in here too. So I have to set this up. But Derek. Get my Shannon Sharp. Derek.
Derek.
Shannon Sharp look. Okay. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Do you have a YouTube channel? Okay. Why don't you go ahead and do a YouTube video? Okay? Do a YouTube video. Call me out like most people do, and we'll Skype you in and do something. How about that? You know? Don't come, to my house and say 50 times, debate me. I don't know who you are. You might be a crazy person. I might put you on air live, and you might all of a sudden just rip off all your clothes, and then I, get demonetized. I don't know you, brother. You might be a crazy man. Believe me, this channel attracts a lot of crazy people.
So what you're saying is to Derek, Earn your grains of salt.
I'm
You
serious.
see, earn your stones around here. Don't just be talking in front of the camera, saying what you gonna do, and you don't have a YouTube page. Do he have a face logo beside his thing, or he just like a guy with no logo? He have
I'm
nothing.
just-
He don't have a picture of himself at least. He just have Derek.
Well, he's got a picture.
Oh, he got a
can't see it
picture.
with
Shout
my
out
eyes,
to you,
but
Derek. Shout out.
I
to
know
you.
I posted this before. If you are a player in the NFL, you need to try and get all the money you can. But it's the owners to bring back to reality. You know what? I tell you what I saw.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you know how many times I post stuff and then all of a sudden I see other people going,
Oh my God.
I was in there in Miami, okay? I was
Miami
enjoying the
land.
weather.
Yeah.
And I literally, I tried to get access, okay? I literally almost got tased trying to rush the fence to get in to see Jerry Jones's yacht.
Oh wow.
But I ended up hiking the causeway, and I don't know why they call bridges causeways in Miami, but that's what they
Yeah.
call them. But we hiked up the causeway so that
Wow.
way I could get pictures of the back of his boat.
Wow.
And people are like, it's not that big. It's like, no, if you look at the pictures, you see my steps right here?
Yeah. I saw.
There's 2 sets of steps that go up the back of that like this.
Right.
There's 2 sets of steps that go up on the back. And so you realize
Wow.
how big the back of this boat is.
Wow.
So this thing is,
Huge.
it's huge. And just looking at I was like, okay, so I posted those pictures and stuff on there. So I had a point why I was bringing this up, and now I can't remember what it is because I'm getting
Yeah.
old and the
all
rum's
good.
kicking in. But there was a point to this with Derek Barnett. But the owner, I know what it was.
Okay.
You say the owners need to bring the players back to reality. Okay, why is it Dak is the only one to bring back to reality? I can understand when you look at New England saying, Tom Brady didn't get paid a whole lot of money because basically when anybody, was it Jamie Collins?
Yeah.
Jamie Collins was like, you know what, I want to raise. And what did they do? They shipped his ass off to Siberia, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Bye. Boy, bye.
Bye.
Okay, see
Bye,
you.
Felicia.
Okay, they're the type of team that'll take a Pro Bowl guard in training camp and trade him to Miami.
Yeah.
So I understand when they're bringing them back to reality. But what did the Cowboys do when it came to D-Law?
Oh.
When D-Law said, you know what, I'm not getting my shoulder fixed, and they said, we're not going to reset the market with him. We're looking at $18 million. What did they end up paying him?
They gave him more than
Zeke
18
Elliott.
million.
Okay, we got the 5th-year option. So we got 2 more years of Zeke Elliott. We're not going to reset the market with
Right.
Zeke Elliott, right?
Right.
You already set the precedent. You're saying that the owners should be bringing the players back to reality.
Right.
If you didn't with these guys, then why is it now this guy who literally, the reason you have money? Let's be
Right.
honest here.
Talk.
The reason you have money is because you have not paid a quarterback since Tony Romo. He let you get out from under Tony Romo's contract, and as well as Des Bryant's contract, and all the stupid ass mistakes you made before, and you still have not paid him.
Talk.
Had you been paying Tony Romo, let's say he stayed healthy, guess what? You wouldn't have $77 million in cap space right now. That money that's sitting there, that's the
Preach.
money that should have gone to your quarterback. Whether you say he was the best quarterback or not, on average, you're looking at $25 million. You can look at, say, the last 3 years that you did not have to pay that guy. You can say 2016, we're still paying Tony Romo. But that $77 million is money you did not spend on Dak Prescott. That guy made
Facts.
less money than your punter.
Facts.
Guys like Jeff Heath made more money than your quarterback. Everybody on that offensive line, literally last year, made 3 times the amount of money that Dak Prescott has made in his career.
Michael
And unlike-
Gallup is making more money
As
than
on his
Dak
rookie
Prescott.
contract. Okay,
Yes.
all of these
Let that
guys,
sink in.
I want you to understand
Too
that.
much knowledge,
How many
man.
games has Tyron Smith missed in the last 4 years?
My goodness. a minute.
About 3 a year, right?
Yeah.
That's 12 games. But yet he's got, it was $17 million last year's cap hit, $13 million this year. He's missed that many games. Zach Martin, all pro, he
Yeah.
missed a couple of games in there, right? Connor Williams, how many games he missed? Travis Frederick missed the whole season,
Preach.
right?
It's too much
Lyle
knowledge. man.
Collins missed some games, right? All these guys got like $10+ million except for Connor Williams. Your quarterback, who hasn't missed a game, he might be the only guy
They have not missed.
that has
a
not
game.
missed a game. Oh, wait, we need to actually check that out.
I need to look that up. I definitely
I
need to
don't
look
think.
that
I
up.
think he might be the only guy I mean, we know Zeke did because he was suspended.
Yeah.
We know Zach did. We know Tyron Smith did. We know Lyle Collins missed time. We know Travis Frederick did. We know Connor Williams did. Everybody on the offensive line.
Yeah.
We know Jason Witten was out for a year.
True.
We know Amari's missed some time.
Matter of fact, hold on.
I don't know if Michael Gallup has.
Hold on, I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I think that they brought Jason Witten back. And he made more money than Dak Prescott. Hey, I'm about to look that up.
Yeah, he
Collectively speaking, since 2016, if you know what I mean, Jason Witten, he had half. He lost half.
Oh, wow.
And he still made more money than Dak Prescott.
Okay, so with all that for 4 years, you guys say he needs to take another discount.
Another discount.
Okay.
A guy with no hair.
How fucking crazy is that? The only guy who's played for 4 years and hasn't missed a single game.
Yes. OMG. I cannot make this stuff up. Jason Witten.
You know, thank you, Law.
They made more money.
You made me realize something that I
Dak
hadn't
Prescott.
realized before. Isn't that crazy?
That is insane.
So not only has he not been paid, okay, in that time, you're asking for him to take a discount when nobody else is taking a discount. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, wait a minute. Are we saying that D-Law was the best in the football and he got paid?
On top of that,
Zeke Elliott, you can say.
I have to say this. They paid D-Law based off of 2 years of production. Remember, they didn't add the 3 years in because it would have went against his total production. On top of that, D-Law, wasn't he suspended for
PEDs.
PED?
Yep. Had back surgery too.
Back surgery?
Yep. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. Law's going to talk here.
Goodness.
We're going to set this thing up so that way we
Yes.
can actually get my man in here.
Lisa, really appreciate you. Thank you for so much for tuning in. Charlene, man, really appreciate you. That is very crazy. The information for the nation. Oh,
wait.
That just hit me for Jason Witten. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Go to spoketrack.com and let's pull up Jason Witten contract. And we ain't talking about endorsements. Trust me, I can tell you, we're going to go down that road. We're going to go down that road again. But Jason Witten, collectively speaking, I want Cowboy Nations to pull up Jason Witten's salary from 2016 to 2020 and see how much money, remunerations, the pocket book that Jason Witten got, opposed to, dare I say, a Rain Dakota Prescott. Let me know who got paid more and let that sink into your mental. Cowboy Nation.
No, but they'll still.
It's crazy.
You'll get some people that'll say, but he was still overpaid.
He's still overpaid. Who, Jason or
That Dak Prescott. Because he's a bum.
He's a bum. Oh. Hey, my guy over here, Val, says, "Oh, great, 2 Dak Prescott lovers." But the craziest thing about it,
tell him he doesn't have to listen.
He don't have to listen, but he's going to listen because he listened to greatness. I guarantee you he's going to stay on just for a little while because I got to educate your soul. It's not the fact that we are Dak Prescott fans, because I believe, dare I say, I knew about the Dak Prescott more football than Dak Prescott before he was born. We knew about the Cowboys before Dak Prescott was born. Do you agree or disagree, Mark Holmes?
We knew more about him?
We knew more about the Cowboys before Dak Prescott was even born.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But we've been supporting this Cowboys franchise and organization before Jerry Jones thought about buying the team. Therefore, I can say, collectively speaking, I'm more of a Cowboys fan than, dare I say, Jerry Wayne Jones. He bought the team financially. We bought into this team.
I had to turn that thing
emotionally.
down.
You see? I'm preaching to you. You might learn something today. I'm sitting here telling people that it would take me, my father, to come on this channel who don't like the Cowboys to let you guys know.
Wait. Your father don't like the Cowboys?
Oh, my father don't like the Cowboys. He's a Green Bay Packer fan.
Oh, Lord.
But I will say this. He will let you know many of days I'm stretched out over the floor because of Tony Romo. Stretched out. Because I can say this, Cowboy Nation. We didn't like Tony Romo. We love Tony Romo. We defended Tony Romo.
I know
or
I
wrong.
did a few times.
Man, we got into some loud arguments about Tony Romo.
Oh.
So it's not about the player. It's about the facts. The fact of the matter is that since 2016, there's only one quarterback that won more games than Dak Prescott. His name is Tom Brady. On top of that, we've been playing with one hand behind our back. Is Jason Garrett equivalent to a Bill Belichick?
No.
If I were to just substitute Jason Garrett for Bill Belichick and have Bill Belichick coaching the Dallas Cowboys since 2016 and Jason Garrett move his butt over there in Boston land, do you think that the record would have still been the same? Let me know. If Jason Garrett was coaching, dare I say, the Patriots in 2016, and you have my guy, Bill Belichick, coaching the Dallas Cowboys since 2016, would that record still be 40-24 for Dak Prescott?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, come on now. People fail to realize the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
Been
man,
a Cowboy
I missed-
fan since 1976.
I'm
Shout
sorry,
out to
I
you.
missed-
What we got over here?
Ryan Kirk. I was trying to set.
Ryan. Appreciate
Did
you.
I miss any over there for you?
Oh, let me see who we got over here. Philly Cowboy 76, man. He said, preach law. Boy, he made a donation to help grow the nation too. Boy, let me tell you, I can't say this enough. It's not the fact that we are one individual player's fans.
Yeah.
We are Cowboys fans.
Oh, I'm without a doubt, I'm a Cowboys fan. I mean, that's
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Yeah. But I think that
Okay,
Dak
so-
is and can take them all the
think-
way. That's what I'm talking about, Cowboys up north. And Philly Cowboy fans, they put his name in the bucket again. He made another donation to help grow the nation, Mark. Here you go right here.
Okay.
We got the
Philly
donation.
76.
Really appreciate you. Philly Cowboy fan. Well, Philly Cowboy 76. That's what I'm talking about. All the way in Philly representing. Yes.
He's a tailgate member.
Oh, he tailgate member?
Of,
Yeah.
Joe Blue Sports.
Joe Boo Sports, really appreciate you, man. And Dak and Belichick would have had a couple of Super Bowls.
We're gonna
DC
need to go
for
ahead and
life.
do one of those drawings.
Yes, we'll do a drawing, okay. I'm gonna shake it up real good. I'm gonna shake it up. The more times you put your name in this bucket right here, the bucket is almost flowing over.
Well,
Signatures.
we may have to go in. We may have to go deep. And
You
try
gotta
to
go
find-
deep.
You know what? I might start pulling some shit off the walls here to get rid of it here. You know, when you guys look around, you can see I'm really and truly blessed. I've got a lot of
Right.
different stuff. I've been able to go to a lot of events. In fact, the reason why my channel started originally was because with my wife's job, I was able to actually go to a lot of different events and meet different people and things. And so I wanted to share the experiences with others.
Right.
And that was before really I even discovered YouTube. I used to do most of it on Facebook. And so how it really started was people would see me taking pictures of Joe Boo and they'd wonder, is this man crazy? And go the other direction. Or they would say, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
And that's where I would take their picture. You can see some of the stuff there behind Law Nation and things and all that. And over here where I've got some.
And my guy Skywalker Steele made a donation to help
Skywalker?
grow the nation. That's my
Yes.
guy, the young phenom Skywalker, man. Really appreciate you. Donations to help grow the nation. Emancipation Proclamations. You see, shout out to you. Yes. And oh, he be talking about me, man.
Oh,
with my,
okay, you
with
know,
my words,
I've
man.
got-
It's my dog
Where's
right there.
Skywalker located at? Is he a Cowboy?
Skywalker is located. Hey, if you don't mind me saying, go ahead and post it down where you're located at, Skywalker.
I mean, just
so
give me a
that,
region.
He's located in this region.
In metropolitan DC?
Yeah, DMW. What you call this region?
I call it DMV for
DMV.
Maryland, DC, and Virginia.
Yeah, so he's in this region.
Oh,
you
so
know.
so you're saying is he could actually come over to the man cave?
Probably can make that drive.
Oh, okay.
I know that it's less miles for me driving from Mississippi to Dallas. I know it ain't a 6-hour drive, you know.
Okay.
So I know he can get here within 6 hours, basically.
Is Byron Jones worth it because we might get him? Big Payne, an Eagle fan, was
Big
two
Payne.
two interceptions. I think that this is one of those cases where the Dallas Cowboys. I love what I heard from Mike McCarthy because he said
Right.
basically we're gonna take the players and what they do well and use their skill set as opposed to try and fit the players to
He
our
said
scheme.
PA, brother. What's PA?
Oh, PA. Oh, you're okay.
That's 6-7 hours. How many
no.
hours?
Well, depending on what part of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Philly, you can get here in about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, you can get here in about 2 hours or so. But definitely, that's I tell you what,
feasible,
Skywalker. Here's what we do here. Last year we tailgated with Cowboys Experience at FedEx Field.
Yeah.
We were about 400 people deep.
Strong.
400. We had my man. What's the god damn. Sergeant Cowboys.
Sergeant Cowboy.
We had Tattoo Mark was here.
Yeah, shout out to
We
him.
had what's my running back from the 90s?
Lincoln
Coleman.
Number 40.
Lincoln was throwing down on the wing.
Number 44. What he was?
Oh man. Okay,
44,
Lincoln
yeah.
Coleman there. We had a ball. Listen, this is how we rolled. We ended up Chris Miller, thank you very much for the super chat. We had about 400 people. We had a 65-inch TV out there.
Yeah.
Okay. We had my man E2 Blue as the DJ. Pumping the beats out. It kind of messed up because it ended up shutting down my video. But be that as it may. And we had about 400 Cowboy fans. I cooked 140 pounds of chicken wings. There. We cooked. My man Cowboys, Philly Cowboy fan, my man, he helped me on the grill. He saved my ass because we cooked about 50 pounds of hamburgers. We threw down, we had a ball, and we kicked the Redskins' ass. Okay. So I'm going to try and see. The only problem is I don't know how the sound's going to be. Okay.
What's up, Sam?
Let me call
What's
E2
good
Blue
with
here and see if I can get him in the house.
Yeah. Y'all let me know if y'all have any distortions or any chopping or feeds on this particular setting. I'm live from my cell phone, and we're just trying to get this thing going one way or another. Really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know if
Mark Holmes is an idiot.
Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. You know how it goes, Mark Holmes. At the end of the day, we don't like this team at all. We love this team. And I think that when people understand that portion of it, Mark, they can get the bigger picture.
Okay.
Y'all let me know, man. Yes, sir. Definitely can hop over.
Are you there?
He said he can hop over to the man cave.
Turn your phone the other way, man.
Landscape today.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
I can hear him in the old headphones over here.
I can hear him. I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
E2 Blue finna join.
Okay.
Long,
Let me see.
It's a delay. What the hell?
I can't hear you.
My mic is on, man. My mic
shout
is
out
on.
to you, man. Sounds great. Philly Cowboys 76. Really appreciate you.
Can you hear me now?
I don't have a boom mic or anything set up, so.
Can you hear me? I can't hear
Yes,
you.
yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you at
You
all.
can't hear me at all. Okay.
There's no sound.
Hold on. Let me click on the microphone. Can you hear me now?
So.
Nothing?
That didn't work. Let me see if I can turn it down this way.
Okay, let me try and call you back and see what happens here.
I have my mic on, but I can't hear anything.
Okay, I hear you perfectly here. How do I hang up on this?
Alexa, turn on living room lights.
At the end of the
Recording,
day,
blur my
just looking at
background,
everything
turn off.
of what Amari Cooper was able to do for
Okay,
this team.
let me hang up on that.
I just don't want people to look at the Dallas Cowboys and say, whenever a player have a down season,
I don't know why I can't hear anything.
doom and gloom situation.
I'm not sure why
There's
either.
situations and times that you can have a down season. On top of that, his down season equivalent to the collective numbers were, dare I say, equivalent to a DeAndre Hopkins.
Let me try.
Let that sink into your mental. I do know that Mark Holmes, I do know that they don't understand who DeAndre Hopkins is.
Oh my God.
But DeAndre Hopkins is a bad receiver. He's a good
Not seeing your webcam, microphone.
But I will say this, Cowboy Nation. Just stop.
Sound test 1 2 3. Sound test 1 2 3.
Terrence Connor, man. We're gonna have to write your name down. Let me see if I can grab a pen or something. Help you out, Mark Holmes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, TC. Yeah. So you can get entered into the drawing. T. Terrence. We ain't talking about Terrence Williams. Yes, indeed. See, I'm helping Mark Holmes out for this drawing that you guys can get a chance
Okay,
of
hold on.
winning this deal
We're
right
trying
here.
to get E2 in
You
here,
see
and I
it.
think I know what.
He trying to get E2
Yeah.
Blue up in
Okay,
there.
let me try this one more
Shout
time.
out to
There
you,
we go.
E2
I
Blue.
think I got it.
Yes,
Okay.
Greedy Vegan. What's good with you, man? Thank you so much for tuning in
Okay.
to the nation. Um,
Let's see if
it's
I got
off
it.
and on. This is from Locks. You probably have to connect to your Wi-Fi, but
Oh, you? You
now
need to
I
cut.
had to do a whole bunch of things to
Okay.
connect my
Can you
phone
hear
to
me
the
now,
Wi-Fi.
brother? Can you
Yeah,
hear me? Huh?
He said
I
yes, I
can.
think.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Ron
you.
so
Okay. Are you sad because you're not getting chicken wings?
Them chicken wings gonna be good, man. I heard they're gonna be fire.
Are you sad? Okay.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
in the
Now, what I
man
got to
cave,
do
bro. I'm gonna
is
write
I
your
got to
name
actually.
down so
Can you
you
say
get a
something?
chance and an opportunity
Can you
Mic
talk?
check,
to
mic check,
win this
Mic
mic
check.
check.
situation.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
All
I
right.
wrote
So
your
let me
name
get
down.
you actually picture on picture over there, and I think I'm gonna have to use the
Get a chance
headphones.
to
So
win.
let me actually
We
try
like one of
one
the
other thing
QVC
here because I
salesman
might be
people
able
now,
to.
huh?
Hold on.
But you get a chance when you make the donation. You get a chance to win one of these
Okay.
things. Yes.
Okay.
So the stream is real low.
Say something
I
for me.
might have to cut off one of these days.
Mic check,
So
check.
here's the
Two,
thing:
one, two, mic check, one,
if
two.
I do this,
Okay. All
it
right.
may be a situation
Hey,
where I
I got,
won't be able to read your
go
I
ahead.
comments.
got
Sit.
my son.
So that's what we're
Yes,
gonna
I'm
have.
over here.
I'm gonna have to end this thing so that I can read the comments.
What's that?
Cause I got this tethered.
Oh, okay.
My phone tethered to this thing,
I got you.
and it's pulling out all of the data. That's why they having a bad poor
So
connection.
okay. So you're okay. You're gonna end that stream and then restart it.
I'm gonna end this one. No, I'm gonna end my little.
Okay. All
My
right.
little
Cool beans.
wide thing.
I'm working on getting E2 in.
Yeah.
The only thing is I'm gonna have to listen to him through my headset,
Oh, okay.
and I only have one over there.
Mm.
So can I'd say something, E2? Can you hear him on the headphones? Say talk,
I
E2.
can hear.
I can hear him.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
can
So
hear
that's cool. All right. So
Yeah.
let me then go ahead and get another camera on.
What
E2,
it
you
do,
can
boss?
start saying hello to everybody.
Yes, E2 in the house, man. Really appreciate
What's going
E2.
on?
Let me see how
Okay.
bad
So
this
let me
thing is.
set this up here. Okay. So you're ending the chat there. Oh man. Damn. Okay.
Let me see. They said my voice is not marrying in. So what I'm gonna do, I'll be right back, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate you all. Thank those who donated. Your name is in the book over here, and we will start the stream back up. Primarily, probably just to my YouTube page, because I'm live on Twitch, Twitter right now. Also, we live on Facebook. So if you're on my Facebook, if you're on my other platforms, just jump over to the YouTube page. We'll be live like 95 there. Let's go,
Yeah.
Cowboy
Keep
Nation.
talking on that. So that
Yes,
way
indeed. I'm out.
I
Peace.
set this up. Okay.
They probably like, man, Law was choppy like a mug.
So, okay, and we're still live on mine.
Yeah. Give my phone a little break
I
over.
can't remember how to bring that in.
I'm gonna add that Wi-Fi in on this thing.
Turn off settings. Okay. Top to bottom loop. Damn, I can't remember how to add that graphics layer. Scoreboard. I don't want the scoreboard. Oh, there it is down there. Duh.
We was live for an hour and 42 minutes.
Oh,
over
we're
here.
still live, by the
Oh.
way.
We still live.
I
over
can't,
here.
yeah, that's why I need you to go ahead and.
Oh, hey, you got is the Zoom is this over here on me right now? Can it pan around over here to me while I set this up?
I can turn it. Hold on.
Yeah, come on, see me over here on the couch over here while I set this thing up. Really appreciate you all, man. I can't say this enough, man. That this is what we supposed to do anyway.
Okay,
Continue to
so
grow the nation.
let's take this camera. E2, just hold up, buddy.
We
Just hold up.
see. That's why we have our production team, baby.
Yeah.
Boy.
This is what's known as broke ass media. Okay, because
Think about it. We have our production team together, baby. we'll be able to
Because
do this all on
we're
the
not
fly.
only the talent, okay? We are the broke ass media team.
Broke
So,
media, baby. This is
okay,
live, raw, uncut, unfiltered.
E2,
Yes.
if you can say hello to everybody.
What's
When we
going on,
start
everybody?
talking, because you're actually live, you can actually say, "Brother, can you see me?
This is all
Brother, can you
lowercase, right?
hear me?"
This is password.
That vote such and such.
Yeah, yeah. And why you got it so long, man?
That's what they.
Hey, Law, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
What's up, man?
Hey, how long you gonna be here?
he's gonna be here until 4 o'clock in the morning. You coming over?
Oh, damn.
But he's gonna be back in 2 weeks.
I'll be back in 2 weeks, man.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Because I
If
didn't
the
know you were
Lord say
here
the
till
same,
today.
man.
So Mark
We'll be
texted
back.
me a couple hours
Hold on,
ago.
I think I got you now. Okay, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on. I think we've got E2 Blue in the house.
Right.
Hold, if I,
I got I got my baby with me. I can't
you
I
got your
can't
baby.
go.
Okay.
Okay. Girl,
Well,
girl, boy, man.
9-month baby boy.
yeah, we got E2.
Girl,
Oh.
dad. Girl, dad. Huh?
Now, I wish you would do one thing for
Nah,
me,
boy, it's
E2.
a boy.
If you would put your camera in portrait as opposed to, excuse me,
It's a boy.
landscape instead of portrait. Okay. And I'm going to need to move you a little bit because you blocking the law.
Oh, he
Hold up.
blocking me. He blocking the law. I'll be right here in the mix. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
So, E2, what are your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys for the moves that they've
I'm
made thus far this offseason?
I'm just excited about this new coaching staff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Dak Prescott is going to be even better than he was before. And a lot of the deficiencies on this team is primarily caused by this coaching staff, that Jason Garrett staff. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: things will get better.
It
You
will.
know, all the fans are talking about Dak this, Dak that, blah blah blah. A lot of that, I'm telling you, is the deficiencies that we had on both on offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I got facts to back both things up.
There we go. All right, we got it set now. Okay, everybody, I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
I'm broken, I'm back. We got E2 in the house. E2, how are you doing? Okay, I finally got you up in here. I hope I
Mm-hmm.
didn't miss any super chats. We're going to do some drawings tonight for everybody who has been in here and stuff because they're trying to help support the channel and everything else. So any super chats that you get, we're going to go ahead and distribute them and stuff. We got a bunch of people in here. We're going to give away some shot glasses. We're going to give away our bronze statue over there. We're going to give away our soft football pillow piece and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been sitting here talking about the Dallas Cowboys and, of course, the deficiencies that we've had with Jason Garrett and the differences with Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy is going to be a difference maker for the team. I think just from the standpoint of having something, my volume is low, or probably from when I turned it down. Let me turn it back up. Okay, hold
Oh
on.
yeah. It's probably when I was yelling, huh?
Okay, Jet, that should be a little bit better.
So is this a personal hotspot, Mark, or this is another connection?
What's that? No,
The
vote.
FiOS,
Fios, yeah,
is it 5G? Okay.
5G.
Oh, the one I got to click on 5G one.
Yeah, that 5G and 2G both. That's all the same password.
Okay.
Volume low. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm sorry I turned it down because I could hear cracking out because Law was like he was getting a little vocal there.
Yeah.
So, but one thing I do want to talk about though is character.
Yeah.
United Way does character playbook, which a lot of you could use. And this is about learning how to relate to others, okay? A lot of times now, people don't seem to know how to communicate with others and be able to get along with others. Now, United Way, of course, has got this great program. I look at the character of Dak Prescott. Dak
Mm-hmm.
Prescott, one of the lowest paid players in the NFL, going into his fifth year right now, doesn't have a contract, and everybody keeps saying take a discount. This brother went to the Desperados, the Dallas Cowboys,
Mm-hmm.
the football team, and bought them all Beats audio headsets. Every player
Yeah.
on the team. He ain't
Yes,
got to
he
do that.
did.
He ain't got no responsibility to those guys. But that guy is doing and trying to make a difference for others. And he not only does that, he does the youth football, he does the stand up for cancer and stuff. And a lot of times you look at guys that have great character, and it ends up being that they're also great leaders. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I wanted Calais Campbell years ago.
Right.
People kept saying, "You're crazy. He's old. He only
I,
gets
I
six or
still
seven
got
sacks."
Calais
I'm
Campbell.
like, the defensive line. Guy
Yeah.
gets about 70 tackles from the defensive line. He's a penetrator, but more than that, he's a leader that people follow. It's another reason why I wanted a Demario Davis. Again, this is a brother that plays every week and
Mm-hmm.
gets better and better and better, and people follow them. I look at our defense right now. We don't have a. I don't really see that guy
Right.
that everybody, D Law tries to be that guy who's calling the rally and stuff, but I'm sorry, but D Law, in my mind,
Mm.
I don't want to say clown, but when you're trying to hold on to the name Hot Boys and you talk about suing and not, no, I'm sorry, that's not football.
Yeah.
That's not leadership. And you can chime in on this. What do you think, my man? E2.
What about D-Law or
Well,
what you
in
said before?
character, when you think about Dak Prescott going through
Mm-hmm.
and being that guy in the community, and being that person that looks out for others beyond his own,
I've
you can
always,
look at that
I've,
from.
al-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've always, I've always said he was a natural born leader. You can't teach leadership, and
Hmm.
that's one thing that there's a lot of quarterbacks in this league that don't have that. Jay Cutler was not that guy.
Oh my God,
Dwayne
no.
Haskins is not that guy. Jameis Winston is not that guy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, not just for their talent, but for their leadership. And we need to. I don't understand why so many of our fans don't like Dak Prescott.
Right.
They don't give me any valid reasons either. They always say the same damn thing. Oh, well, he was 8-8 and all this other crap. Let me tell you
Oh
something.
my
When
God.
Dak Prescott got in on this team in 2016, and Law, you talked about it. He gets paid less than punters. He get paid less than Michael Gallup. He
Everybody.
gets paid
Yeah.
less than third string quarterbacks on other teams.
Hmm.
And everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, he's got all these endorsements." That ain't got a damn thing to do with the football team. Period. A fourth round draft pick that was not projected to start or do anything for the Dallas
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys. We forget that he was behind Jamil Showers on the depth chart at one point in time.
Yeah.
Worked his way all the way up to be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna tell you right now, we would have made it farther in that playoff if not to the Super Bowl his first
Right.
year if it wasn't for Jason Garrett and him not being able to make adjustments.
Hmm.
Because 13-3, come on now, we was real in that year, and he's only gotten better every year. And under Mike McCarthy, oh, he's going to be even better now. I'm telling you, this offense is going to be totally different. Fans are going to change their tune on Dak Prescott and the team in general. You
Uh,
just wait.
Man, I hope you're 100% right on that, but I have to agree with that. I mean, I'm of course agree with you because you're my homeboy and everything else. But here's what he said. Let me see if I can get the quote. Um, where'd it go? Dak
Yeah.
Prescott's message to the Renegades before they play the New York Guardians. Welcome to Dallas. When it comes to rivalry, Dallas versus New York is notorious. Here's a little something to get you in the zone. It's time to make our city proud.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
to me that's a beautiful thing.
good.
Again, people are gonna say, well, in fact, I had people saying that, does your wife know what you and Dak got going on and stuff like that. But it's rare when you find guys, even like Amari Cooper, who
Right.
says that I want to be a Dallas Cowboy. So many
Mm-hmm.
players just look at how much money am I going to get paid, and I don't care
Right.
who it's from. They don't take ownership of being part of a team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of those things that you got to go ahead and admire a guy. And I still will say that Amari Cooper has made a difference beyond just his catches on the field. He
Right.
makes other people around him. A lot of people will say, take him, Michael Gallup, he can be a number one. I'm not sure that he can be a number one.
Yeah. It's gonna take a minute
He
for
still
him to
he
to
still
really
needs a number
capture.
one guy like Amari Cooper next to him to make him so dynamic.
Right.
He's like an Alvin Harper.
Yeah. I have to agree with you on that. And so that's where you look at it and say
Mm-hmm.
that offense worked because of all of the sum of the parts. And everybody keeps saying, well, Dak had great weapons. Who
Right.
won? Wait, what guys on there were great weapons before they started working with Dak?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, everybody
I know you're
laughed and
not talking
said,
about
we
the
got
makeshift wide
fleeced with
Yeah.
Amari, right?
receiver
Right.
right here.
You got fleece with him.
Yeah. What was that? E2?
I said I know they're not talking about that makeshift wide receiver core we had before
Oh,
Amari got here.
Right. I mean, remember we had Alan Hearns, we had Terrence Newman. I mean, sorry, Terrence
Deontay
Williams,
Thompson
Cole Beasley, and Bryce Butler. I
and
mean,
Deontay Thompson.
right. I mean, that was not a crew that anybody said, "Oh, I got to get that guy."
That particular guy only, you know.
I mean, I'm sorry, that was some garbage.
Right.
But I'm happy. You know, I'm hoping that we go ahead and are able to sign. But here's the reality: if the Cowboys really want anybody, they can get anybody that they want. They can actually go ahead and restructure some contracts if they want to. And for me, in my mind, what I look at and say is now is actually the time to try and sign these guys before that new salary cap kicks in, where we're looking at maybe $50 million next year. And everybody says, "Hey, I want a bigger piece of that pie." Since there's
Right.
more pie out there, sign them right now. If you go ahead and take some money from, say, Zach Martin's contract,
Right.
go ahead and restructure, grab $10 million out of there. Hold on to a guy that you deem as somebody that you're going to be able to have for a couple of years. You're signing him now at the money at this stage, this amount, where it's going to blow up in the next couple of years. I think we're going to look back in 2 years from now and say D-Law's contract is cheap.
It's gonna be super
Yeah.
cheap if you look at the collective picture. But at the time, you can hear me, E2 Blue, that
Yeah.
nobody said that, okay, D-Law, take this discount.
Yeah,
Jalen, take the discount.
right.
Lyle Collins, take the discount. But when
Yep.
it comes to Dak Prescott,
The guy
take
who
the
hasn't
discount.
yet made shit.
Haven't made shit. You know what I mean? On top of that, if you think about this, Cowboy Nation, even if you talk about just natural, the baseline of the contract,
Uh-huh.
did Dak Prescott ever made what Lyle Collins made?
No.
Did Dak Prescott ever
No.
made what dare I say a D Law? Shout out to the Laws. I love them.
Nothing.
But he had never made that amount of money. Like I said, they brought back Jason Witten, and he collectively made more
Wait.
money than Dak
So,
Prescott.
so Derek is saying, who was a better quarterback, Rodgers or Danny? Danny died? What Danny or Danny White? What Danny are you talking about?
Oh wow, I don't know who you talking.
I don't, man.
Whoa, what's up, Justin? Really appreciate you, fam. I don't know who he talking about though.
Roger Staubach or Danny White?
Danny
Roger
White.
Staubach was a better quarterback than Danny White.
Yeah.
But the problem for Danny White was, I mean, he did go to 3 NFC Championship games
Yeah,
in
he
a
did.
row.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's when other teams started catching up with Tom Landry, and Tom Landry and the team kind of relied on those older players. Kind of
Yeah.
like what happened with the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s team.
Yeah.
Instead of bringing in new talent and fresh faces, they ended up kind of saying, if we get a piece here, a piece there, and held on to guys for too long. Wouldn't you agree with that, E2?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that's where, Danny White, unfortunately, he just caught up to a Redskin team that was actually well coached that came up with some new shit, new wrinkles.
New
You know?
stuff, and then on top of that, at the time, the 49ers,
The 49ers.
were turning the page around, and it was hitting.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's where you saw that Tom Landry had just gotten old
Yeah.
and his philosophy
And
was
Law
passed by.
and Law spoke on this before, how history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. It definitely repeats itself.
It is. It's just history is history, and if you don't understand it, you'll go back to doing the same thing that happened. So I just think that
Yeah.
this team, when you think about how Mike McCarthy brought in some veteran guys as relates to coaching, on top of that, a team that we lost to last year, Minnesota Vikings, we went and said, okay, let's get your defensive coordinator and make him our linebacker coach. You see, on top of that,
See you, Joe.
on top of that, let's go add, like we said earlier about an hour ago, let's add the special team guru for the LA Rams, you see.
Right.
Because we was ranked bottom half of that, you see. So I think that everything, even if you just look at those two, not even talk about Nolan, not even talk about Tom Sula,
Right.
you can say that this team should be better as relate to defense.
If we can
And
just
it's
get
also
some
one you're
takeaways
forgetting about too,
on
Long
defense.
Nation.
Oh yeah.
If we can just make some damn field goals.
yeah.
Don't forget about Al Harris, man. This
yeah.
guy was a good player
Yeah.
for Green Bay, and he's been under Mike McCarthy. And this guy, a lot of players respect him. And I think that
Oh yeah.
him being there as a coach now, a secondary coach, is going to be good for our DBs going forward.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can be fantastic for him, man. And what he's talking about, Cowboy Nation, is that we had an embedded philosophy as it relates to this team of always showcasing the guys that was already here before. You see what I'm saying? Like the Jason Wittens
Yeah.
of the world.
Yeah.
You see, like always giving second and third and fourth and fifth chances to Jeff Heath. And it's not the fact that we don't like Jeff Heath, but we as people that purists, football purists, we just see who Jeff Heath is. He's a backup guy. We wanted more talent out there, you see. On top of that, even if you look at the fact of what they did with J. Lou, didn't give him the opportunities and the chances to play, you see.
Right.
And always putting out there the Anthony Browns of the world. And then all of a sudden you put the guy that we've been clamoring over, we've been saying, okay, put him out there, and he makes the turnovers and take away.
I see Derek is trying to.
Yeah.
Okay, he
Yeah.
is okay. So we've got 4 years of Dak Prescott. He says that Dak is this era is Danny White. 4 years in, Danny White was the punter for how many years before he
Oh,
even
my
got an
goodness.
opportunity?
Oh, he was a punter for how many years? You educate the nation, man. Educate.
I love how people will go through and take 4 years and say that that's the whole career.
Right. That's crazy.
Come on,
Like,
Derek.
like you try to
Come on,
compare
Derek. I mean, Derek,
Prescott
come
to
on.
guys that's
Because
tired for years.
It put them in a situation whereas, you know, it expounds their limited knowledge, you see, and they put that on the
Yeah.
airways and the airways. And I'm not trying to throw any shade at you,
Maui, how
Derek.
you doing?
But Derek, you got to understand football. You see, at the same time, you make him say that Dak Prescott, and I'm not trying to say that Dak Prescott is the best thing since sliced bread, but the brother is 40 and 24.
Right.
40 and 24. You see, on top of that, that's playing with your right hand behind your back because you got Jason Garrett as your head
And-
coach.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Okay, here's the
In a
thing.
lackluster,
Go ahead.
in a
Go ahead.
lackluster offense, still throwing for almost 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Right. And they're still saying he's garbage. They're saying he's Danny White. Well, you know what? I tell you what. Danny White actually making it to 3 NFC championship games looks a lot better than Tony Romo. So the fact, Jeremy, thank you for becoming a tailgate member. I appreciate that, man.
Tailgate member.
Make sure you send me to Cal. You see my email right there. Actually, E2's blocking it. But CowboysMark94 Gmail, so that way I can get you your rack
Right.
and shot glasses out. All I say is this: if I'm looking at it from, okay, I'm gonna try and look at. I'm a Dak fan, truth in advertising.
Okay.
I just look at it from this way. 2016 came in, surprised people. People didn't have a book out on and stuff.
True.
You know, 2017, I can say he came back along with problems with the team.
Right.
We still had Jason Garrett. Once he got a receiver, he ended up playing really good with having people around him, regardless of people saying that, you know, he needs guys around him. But
Right.
now they're saying Tom Brady needs guys around him. They're saying that Carson Wentz needs guys around him. But be that as it may, I look at
Every
2017, he got
quarterback
better.
needs guys.
2018, he got better.
Yeah.
2019, he got better. If we only continue in that trajectory,
Right.
we are going the right way. Take a look at Carson Wentz's numbers since when he was an MVP candidate for 13 games.
Wow.
He's dinking and dunking right now. And, of course, now
Yeah.
they're saying, oh, well, he doesn't have anybody. Wasn't their offensive line ranked better than ours was?
Oh, they were. Oh,
And
they
as
were.
much as they say he didn't have people around him, I got to tell you that the tight end, we were talking about this before, the tight end has become more important than the wide receivers in my book. You look at Gronk was the best receiver that Tom Brady had, and they were winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl. They didn't have that guy this year. And look at what happened to that team on the offense.
Yeah.
Tom Brady never had a whole lot of great wide receivers. He always had a great tight end.
Right.
And he didn't
Well,
have that guy.
a lot
That
of that-
team went downhill.
also,
I look
Mark,
at the Eagles.
a lot of that, the Patriots,
Yeah.
with the Patriots, a lot of that has to do with how they run their offensive scheme.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
but using the tight end
They've-
more than the receivers.
They've always been tight end.
Yeah, I mean, the tight end play, man, people fail to realize tight end play is like, what, the third hardest position to learn in the National Football
God,
League?
yeah.
On top of that, I challenge
Yeah.
anybody. I want you to say, E2 Blue, I want you to say this. How many Super Bowls do Troy Aikman got without Jay Novacek? How many Super Bowls?
You said with,
Yeah, how many won? How many?
you said without
None. Nada.
Zero.
zero, not without Jay Novacek.
Not
No.
without Jay Novacek, third down king over here.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
It goes to show you that even people that praises Dare I say a Lamar Jackson? When
Mm-hmm.
you got those two twin tight ends that can vertically stretch the field. Look, there's an automatic mismatch when you have a 5'9", a 5'10", or even dare I say a 6'1" or 6'2" linebacker
Right.
trailing, trying to cover a a, a,
6'8".
a Mark Andrews. You see,
Mm-hmm.
the other guy that can take the top off the defense a little bit. That tight end over there. Even if I go to the Kansas City Chiefs land, that Travis Kelsey.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I can't even say much more, man. Because people should know and understand football. Tight end play is dynamic. It's nasty.
Right.
It is.
Yeah. Especially when you talk
But
about
see,
this. What happened in
but see, under Jason
2016
Garrett, under
when you had
Jason
the
Garrett,
Eagles
it's almost
without
like our tight
his
end
weapons?
are
Mm-hmm.
lost
You know what I'm
arms.
saying? The Eagles. I'm talking about the Eagles. When they didn't have their quote unquote running game going
Mm-hmm.
on. What was Carson Wentz's record then?
Yeah, and that's what I said. Zach Ertz,
Yeah.
could be. You could arguably say he's the best tight end in football.
Right.
And you had Dallas
And but
Gephardt,
they,
the running back. I
but
can't
see,
think of his name right now,
Yeah.
but he's a heck of a pass catcher too. To say
Right.
that he had nobody to throw to is one of those urban myths that we
Right.
keep hearing. That oh, he had nobody. Their
Right.
offensive line was really really good, really good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
and they get a lot of production out of Dallas Goddard too.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
do out of Dallas Goddard. They get a lot of possessions out of him. What we got over there?
Well, I can still hear you. My camera's updating. I apologize, E2. You're not. Your
Oh,
beautiful
okay.
face is in here.
Yes, Don King, not the
I
box.
get the strangest people. I've got
Shout out to
somebody
you, Don
who's
King.
calling themselves Mark Holmes' mother-in-law.
Jeez, get crazy people all the time.
I just
man.
get some creepers. I'm sorry.
Creepers. Mark Holmes' mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Somebody had the audacity to create a
Yeah.
page that says Mark Holmes' mother-in-law. That's crazy. Oh man, can't go wrong with Brady.
Don't
People have,
mess with
people
Maui.
have
Maui will put a foot in your ass in a minute. Um,
Who's that?
I'm trying to read some of the comments. Maui's one of my um, moderators and stuff, but Maui don't
Moderators,
play.
yeah.
Neither does Philly Cowboys 76. Um, so true, James Austin. Don't worry about Dak. He'll show up and show out this year. Okay. And Dak, we back. I definitely do. E2, how's the baby doing?
he sleep on my lap right now.
Going to sleep on your lap? That's what's
Okay,
it.
that's cool.
Yes, indeed. My thing is with Dak Prescott,
Try not
just
to
to bring in
move
some
so he don't.
objectivity with Dak Prescott, the things that I would like for Dak Prescott to improve on this season would be, of course, when he get into the red zone, money zone, green zone.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see more fade passes. It's not the fact that he can't do it. I just think that I would like to see a better ball thrown as it relates to fade passes. What else I like to see? Because Dak Prescott, remember going into this season, I said I want him to go through his reads, the anticipation, stepping
Yeah.
up through his throw. I wanted to see that. Didn't he do that?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that last year, supposedly, been his first year
Mm-hmm.
after Tony Romo contract expired. But
Yeah.
what happened here is that Dak Prescott was
There
thrusted
we
into a position and was given a position sooner than what he was granted or what have you supposed to be granted. So I can't say this objectively looking at this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott behind now a Mike McCarthy, somebody with a proven track record. I'm going to repeat, Mike McCarthy, somebody with a proven track record of, dare I say, developing a quarterback, you say. I mean, so now we can look at it like this, Mark, and E2, is that now Dak Prescott got some true, you know what I'm saying, person that knows what he's doing and developing. Outside of Dak
Oh,
Prescott, who did Jason Garrett develop as it relates to quarterback?
True on that.
nobody.
Who?
Absolutely nobody.
Not a McGee.
Nobody.
Nobody. You can't say that Jason Garrett developed Tony Romo. I don't want to hear that. I don't.
Well,
First of all, Tony Romo was there before he was.
There you go. Yes.
oh, be
If you
careful.
want to
Be
talk about
careful,
developing,
E2. Don't
that
talk
was a
about
Bill
don't talk about
Parcells
St.
development.
Tony.
That was all Bill Parcells.
Sean Payton too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sean Payton.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but you getting hungry yet again? Yet?
Man, I'm starving like Marvin, man. Y'all
Uh,
see me, I'm losing
can,
weight by the pound, man. Right over
can
here.
you guys keep this conversation going while I go get some chicken wings?
Man, we can keep it
Okay,
going,
so
man. He finna
E
get some
two,
chicken
E two.
wings going.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Mark.
send you. I'm gonna
Hey,
send you.
Mark.
What?
Hey, Mark. Make me a batch. I'll come get some this weekend.
Make you a what?
We give him a plate to go, right?
Okay. Yeah, I got 10 pounds, and see, I won't need all 10 pounds of this, but they'll be here.
Now, what I'm gonna have to do is because the audience here won't be able to hear. So what we gonna do, Cowboy Nation?
Okay.
I'm gonna shut this one down, and I just jump on Mark Holmes' page. Y'all can follow and funnel in. What I can sit right there.
You can sit right there.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, or you can sit either way.
And remember,
the camera's
because
on you.
I got to put the headphones on so I can hear my guy.
The headphones reach right there.
Oh, they reach right here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I say,
Yeah.
yeah. Skip.
Yeah, and he's Skip. He's right there with you.
Skip.
Okay.
All right,
you
so
got-
I'm still end this one. But I'm gonna still end this one. Though.
You don't have to end. No,
No,
man. Because you can tell him what the question is.
I can tell him what the question is. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip.
Hold down the fork till I bring down some chicken wings. Man.
Skip. E2. That's what he'll be
What
saying.
it do?
If you was on First Take or what have you, or whatever the name of that show is. E2.
I
That's
know,
good,
right?
man.
I know, bruh.
What's
I want
up?
to get on one of them shows so bad because I want to. Especially what's that other one called? Speak for Yourself.
Yeah,
The
speak
one
for
with
yourself.
what is it? Whitlock. Man, I want to
Oh.
fry him so bad, man.
You're going to have a big old pot to put that big boy in. Yes, indeed. Hey, Ed Whitlock, man, he been bouncing back and forth, you see.
Whitlock. Whitlock.
Oh, my
I don't
goodness.
know. I don't know if they pay him to say that BS, man. But I'm telling you, the half the stuff that come out of his mouth don't even make sense, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's straight garbage, man, what Whitlock be saying out there. And it's always that, you know. And it's all about clickbaiting, you know. It's all about, that's what they do. They do that clickbaiting stuff, and they get out there and people be sitting there saying, like, come on, man. I know that these boys don't believe what they saying. And it's funny because they
Bro,
eating their own words, huh?
they do, and you could tell they don't believe what they say. Cause Shannon Sharp said it himself. He came to Dak himself. He's like, bro,
Yeah.
you know, I really don't feel that way about you.
Skip. So he said he gave Dak Prescott an F all year round. Gave him an
But
F. And now all of a sudden,
e-
now it's A.
even Stephen A. Smith said something positive about Dak Prescott. I was like, what?
And brothers, man, getting paid millions of dollars, man. Shout
I'm
out to
gonna
him,
tell you,
man.
man, I'm too real for that, man. I can't sell my soul to be on none of them shows to just talk that nonsense, bro. I'm too real for that.
Yeah.
If I can't speak how I feel about it,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Yes, indeed, man. So what do you think this team is going to do next season? What this season? Are we better than what we were last year and the year before that and the year before that? Do you feel that we
I'll
are
tell you
better?
one thing: we can't get no worse than Jason Garrett. And this is one thing I want to say
Yeah.
about Mike McCarthy, right? Before I even get into the rest of the vernaculars, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you look at Mike McCarthy, right? You've seen what he's done with Green Bay,
Right.
and whatever the situation went down with him and A Rod, whatever, that's in the dirt. But I believe that he's going to be even better coach than he was with them because he got a chance to take a year off,
Right.
actually look around the league and check out other teams, look at these players up close. Because when you're coaching, you can't really evaluate other things because you're so focused on your team and what you got going on.
Right.
But when you're not coaching a team, you got that free time. You get to refresh your mind. You get to think about the things that you've done over the years, and you can just revamp how you've done things and better yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that year off, because a lot of coaches don't get opportunities like that to take a year off like that and come back and try to refresh themselves. And sometimes you need that. And I think that what he said about Dak Prescott, because he watched Dak Prescott.
Right. He
Dak
did.
Prescott,
Yeah.
rookie year, we played against Green Bay. He said, although he didn't do that, he showed heart, the fact that he didn't flinch, he didn't give up, and he respected Dak Prescott. And he said, hey, I'm going to groom this young man, and I'm going to make him great.
The thing is, I love what all you were saying about this is this right here, Cowboy Nation. What E2 is saying is that as much as Mike McCarthy was able to elevate the Green Bay Packers, of course, they did have Aaron Rodgers. But when you look at this offense, what we got as it relates to this E2, and Ezekiel Elliott, as much as we think that he's going to improve Dak Prescott, let's not forget about Ezekiel Elliott. Let's not
Oh
forget
no,
about
no,
Tony Pollard. Let's not
no,
forget
no.
about the young phenom as it relates to
Oh,
the Michael Gallups of the world. Yeah.
can I chime in on that?
Yeah. Chime in on
So,
that. Yeah.
can they hear me or no?
They can't hear you. That's the only thing. I wish I could just put it on wild speakers, man, so they can hear you. But if you guys can't hear, listen to his response on Mark Holmes' page. Really appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation, though.
So basically, though, you look at what he had as far as running backs in Green Bay. He
Right.
didn't have a guy like Ezekiel Elliott. He
Right.
had Eddie Lacy. He had other guys. He never had a dynamic running back. So
Right.
everybody kept criticizing him about not running the ball as much. Well, look, at the strength of your team with Aaron Rodgers just throwing the ball, you're going to do what the strength of your team is.
Right.
Mike McCarthy is salivating over the fact that he has an Ezekiel Elliott, like you said, Tony Pollard, and the way that he can utilize both of these guys to different things. You know what I mean in the
Mm-hmm.
offense, like with the bootlegs and with the RPOs and things of that nature. So I think that Mike McCarthy is looking at this offense like, dude, I can do
Right.
so much, so much.
Right. So man, that's some good evidence right there that you know what you're talking about as it relates to just football acumen. Because you saying a mouthful with this. Cowboy Nation, y'all check out E2 Blues, man, YouTube page because you missing out on some good, valuable information. Because here's the thing: it's not just the player's skill set. You played the game, E2, right?
Yes, yes,
When
sir.
you look at the game and you've been under a coach's job is to elevate. The coach's job is not just to say, okay, I'm gonna take your talent at face value and leave you there. No, a coach's job is to sit there and say, okay, all right, you at this level, it's time for me to get you beyond that and increase. So what
Yes,
Mike
sir.
McCarthy is doing, collectively speaking, Cowboy Nation, is looking at it saying that, hey, this offense, I love what this offense was doing last year. Believe it or not, even if he had to lie to kick it to get the job, I understand that he said that, right?
Yeah,
but at the same time, he's sitting there saying to himself, I don't know defense. So I do know people that do know defense. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to get the best, not just some subpar people, because I can say this 2014 to 2019 was the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. Were they a trash defense between that time frame? I don't think so.
no, sir.
He's not even our defensive coordinator. He's our linebackers coach. Let that
Yeah,
sink
and
into
then
your mental.
you got him. You got Mike Nolan.
Yeah.
You got Jim Tom Sula.
Oh
That's
yeah.
one right there that people are underestimating. Jim
Yeah.
Tom Sula did real good with his defensive lines. You see what he did with some of the guys over there
Yeah.
with the Redskins as well. He got
Yeah.
some good guys. They just had terrible coaching outside of that.
Yeah. So all of this stuff is working out to his good, man. Boy, I love when a plan come together, man. And I think that this plan is coming together the right way too. It's not being forced. It's not sitting there saying that okay, this guy get a position just because I know him. But no, these guys coming with some type of stones that's been earned in the game. You see, so I love it, especially like the Al Harrison, like you just said. The Maurice
Yeah,
Lindquist, although he's been coming from the collegiate level or the college land, he's coming in from the pedigree thought of I'm bringing you in not as the head DB's coach, but as a supplementary guy. You see,
but
so man, this thing is coming
but
together well, baby.
you look at these young
Yeah,
guys. They're going to look at Lindquist and they're going to look at Al Harris because
right.
those guys are younger. Because I think Al is like the same age as me. I think.
Yeah, he's on the
Lindquist is the same
yeah
age as me. He's like 35. He's the same age as me. But
yeah
like, but you look at these guys. I mean, they're close to the age. of the age. And like I said, these players know these guys. They've seen what they've
yeah
done before. They've seen how Al Harris played when he was with Green Bay, and they're going to look at these guys, and it's a respect factor. You know
right
what I mean?
right. Is a
And
flat
they're
out
going to take
respect factor. Yeah
to the lessons that they're teaching them, and they're going to put that out there in that football field. The problem with our team, man, we ain't had no dogs, man. and not only did we not have the dog, but we hadn't had the coaching staff to put the dog and the fight into these guys.
Yeah, I mean, at one point or one spell of a situation, when Christopher Richard came onto the scene, he looked at the whole overlay of this team and he said to himself, "Okay, we gonna move some pieces around.
Yeah,
We gonna move Byron Jones out of that safety role. We're gonna put him at corner. We're gonna look at this team. And we're gonna make sure that we got people to put in certain positions. Remember, Xavier Woods, he was playing down into the slot position. He wasn't, dare I say, the designated free safety in this particular defense. So he moved Xavier Woods to free safety. Of course, we can have the gripe about the fact that he didn't give Jordan Lewis a chance, but that could be the situation, the reason why Rashard is gone. You see,
yeah.
but at least
But this is the thing.
he got
But this
Byron
is the thing
Jones out of
about.
that safety role.
But this is the thing about that. Like they messed up because you got him and
Uh-huh.
Rob Marinelli together. Two
Right.
different type of philosophies and ways of
True.
thinking. That's not going to work
True.
out on the defense.
True. I mean, you can't mix oil and water.
No, you can't.
and, and,
You
and,
going
on, and on top of that,
you go.
you got a vehicle, right?
Yes,
You got a car. But when
I
you
got two
first,
of
you
them.
got two of them. But it's different driving your car than your father's car or your granddaddy's
Yeah,
car or your cousin's car.
yeah,
You see, your car, you're going to drive it the way you want to drive your car. But your
yeah.
father's car, he said, hey, this is your car that I'm giving you, but have it home to me by 10 o'clock. You're going to baby that thing
Uh,
a little bit. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You're not going to take the whole wheels off. And that's how I looked at Chris Richard. And that's what George Iloka said when he was on with Skywalker Steele. And shout out to my guy, Big Game James. George Iloka said at sometimes they will plan out and map out the entire work process for that week. And then when Sunday comes around, oh, let's wrap this thing. Let's throw it away. That's all.
Wow,
That's
that's
all.
terrible.
That's all dealing with coaching and their particular philosophies. And I can't beat this dead horse enough, E2. But I got to say this though, when you look at it and you see the whole bigger picture, thank
Yeah.
God that we no longer have Chris Richard nor a Rob Marinelli.
Yes, sir.
Collectively speaking,
Collectively speaking.
that's my
Now,
word. Collectively
now
speaking,
I'm excited, and the fans should be excited about what we got going
yeah.
further with this new defensive coaching staff, man. Because
I mean,
what we put together right here, man,
right.
especially on paper, it's a good look right now.
It's a fantastic look, man. I just can't wait for the off season to come about, and it's not the fact that we're going to see like new play out there on the field per se because we know the players, but it's just the overall philosophy that I'm looking for. Different
Yes,
voice, what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for this off season. I can't wait to Oxnard or the mandatory camps and these sorts, so we can really see some real true football out there.
yeah. I want, man. I've never been to a training camp. I want to go one year, especially because my birthday is during training camp too,
Oh wow, man. When your birthday is, fam?
August 3rd.
August 3rd. Okay, this was it. And a lot of people say, "Who you talking to?" I can't read Mark Holmes' comments over there. If I say, I might have to jump over here in his seat so I can see what's going on over here.
I can't comment either because I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right there on his seat. We're gonna take this thing. What's up, man? I know I heard something going on over here. Yeah, we still live over this thing. I'm gonna jump over here to his. I'm gonna do it
Wait, you
like
still
this.
not playing tonight?
Hmm?
Your look like's not playing tonight?
James Harden, old James Harden. Let me see where I'm at now. Oh boy, he got so much technology going on right
Big
here.
ass phone could pop because of you.
Yeah. All right. You're here live at Mark Home Studios. Joe Boo Sports Report. What's up, man?
Okay,
Shout out to you, Philly
okay,
Cowboys
okay.
Star Trekker. Yes, we got 219 people in the scene, baby. Yes, and we're live like 95. So, E2, E2 Blue, man. What's on your mind, man?
Bro,
Talk
I'm
to.
just I'm just looking forward to free agency. I'm so sick of this contract talk, bro. I just they just need to go ahead and sign who they need to sign, bro. I want to see who they bring in free agency. I'm excited about the draft. I'm actually going to Vegas, so I'm gonna
Also,
be there.
also, you're gonna be down at the draft. All right, so I'm glad that you
Yeah,
mentioned that.
I'm
Uh,
I'm
uh,
working on my draft board. So
oh, okay. So are
I'm
you, are you a defensive guy person or an offensive guy person?
defense.
So you team defense. Who
You
you
know, I'm a
want?
linebacker, so
You're a
I'm a
linebacker.
defensive guy.
So you like Kenny Murray's of the world, the Patrick Queens,
Yes, and not just that. Like I
right?
think that as far as what we're going, I think we need to go defensive heavy anyway. Um,
Mm,
the only thing on offense we need to get is maybe a backup offensive lineman and a
right.
tight end. On defense, we need to get a defensive tackle. We need a refrigerator with arms in that middle. We need to get some DBs and maybe a backup linebacker.
Oh, okay. Backup linebacker. Because I with the belief that as much as we love LVE and as much as he proved me wrong his first year, it could be a situation and scenario that he's gone. He's
That's why I
gone
said we also need to draft a linebacker in the later round,
in the later round. So you don't think that we need to get that thing in a little bit earlier? What's the later round to you? What do you consider the later round?
third or fourth.
Okay, so third round won't be that bad. Maui, really appreciate you, Cowboys gamer in the booth. Really appreciate you, Joe Morrison. Thank you for tuning in. A lot of people saying that they need
The reason,
safeties.
the reason why I
Uh
said that
huh.
because in the first and second round you need a defensive tackle and a DB.
Okay, a defensive
To
back.
me, those are more important right
Mm.
now.
Okay, okay. Let me see what
Because
I can do. I'm
if they
listening
can
to you.
get that Malcolm Smith guy re-signed
Right.
and Joe Thomas re-signed, you got backups there. So that's why I said I think that because we got linebackers here that could re-sign for cheap. But as far as defensive tackle, who you gonna get? We don't have that big guy in the middle. It's all we got is Antoine Woods. I mean, unless they
Mm.
re-sign Malik Collins, but still, you still need somebody else. You see how we kept getting gashed up the middle. You got to get a fat guy in there, not a pass rusher. You need a guy that's going to clog and contain and eat up those offensive linemen and break that pocket up.
I heard some of that, but I didn't hear all of that. Now, what you said? We need somebody to do what now?
No, I said you need a defensive tackle. You need a fat guy in the middle, a
Uh
big
huh.
dude in the middle, just to clog and contain, not a pass rusher. A guy that's gonna come in there and clog up and eat up those blocks with them offensive linemen and break that pocket up in the middle.
Hmm. I think that would probably work though. Because if we're gonna switch things over to a 3-4 down the line, not saying they're gonna do it this year, then yeah, you will need a guy that can line up at zero. You need a guy that can
That
line
guy,
up at
that
times at
guy
one.
is
Yeah,
most important. And
yeah.
in my opinion, you need to get that guy at 17.
At 17, you like Ken's Law, right?
Yeah, I like Javon Kinlaw.
Javon Kinlaw, big, long, lengthy guy. What about this guy, David Irvin? If they bring him back for a cup of coffee, you think he can manage?
Oh yeah, them long arms. He
Mm-hmm.
was a Green Bay killer, bro.
Oh yes, indeed, man. He was, man. Man, this is a great episode. I love talking Cowboys and all this. We might have to go on a break, man. Might have to go on a break. So I don't know how to end Mark Holmes' stream here.
You don't have to end it. I'm not sure I do it either.
You don't know how to do it as well, E2 Blue. You know how to end it.
Unless I want to keep talking.
Um,
Oh man.
go to
That's
his
all I keep
laptop.
I ain't gonna
Go
go
to
to the
his
laptop. I'm gonna tell.
go
Hey,
to his laptop
tell your dad
from
to
his
come on
laptop.
down,
Hey,
man.
Dad.
I'm gonna
Pause.
end this stream, man. We gonna chit
No,
chat a little bit longer, a little bit later.
What's up?
Yes, indeed. Oh,
What's up?
To do something.
yeah.
What happened?
No, I'm gonna end it right quick and
You gonna end yours?
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, we trying to do a marathon here.
Marathon,
Ain't doing
man.
no matter.
Yeah.
Hey, so you guys want me to end this and come back at 9 o'clock,
I'll
or
be
you
back.
guys want me to
Yeah.
continue
Or at least
going?
take a break. Y'all say y'all been on for 2 hours.
2 hours and 18 minutes. Man, it's just like game day, man.
Game day, baby.
I'm
Long
ready-
as you
I'm ready
tap
to
out.
go
I am.
six.
Listen. Okay, so I am cooking some chicken wings. I mean, if you guys want to stay here, I'll be done. Chicken wings and some bang bang shrimp.
Bang bang shrimp.
And when we
I'll take
come
chicken
back,
wings with
I'll be
no
bringing
sauce.
down a big platter of food. We'll do one of the drawings. Great show. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. So if you guys want to stay here, E2, you staying here?
Yeah, I'm still
E2
here.
got the energy.
You gonna stay here?
E2 Blue got the energy.
Okay, so E2, you can just talk. What? What?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dan the Man, great show. Keep going. Keep going.
They got-
Okay.
they got-
If you want to keep talking, he can talk.
Well, see, I got chicken wings
no,
that
I'm
are deep
talking
fried.
about this man right here. If
Okay.
you want to keep talking, he can talk. They
All
can-
right.
they
Well,
can-
so I'm just going to let this continue to run, and you can just kind of watch. I tell you what, we'll widen up the camera here so you can just see behind the scenes here. If anybody wants to
Hey,
talk,
Mark.
they can talk. I'm cooking some chicken wings.
Can't you?
E2, you can tell everybody what you
Wait.
want. You can cuss me out or anything like that. You got the mic.
He got the mic. E2
Hey, Mark.
running the
What
show.
happened to you?
And I'll jump back in
What happened to your
later
picture
on.
in picture?
Huh? I got picture in
I'm
picture.
talking about for outside.
Huh?
So we can watch you cook.
Well, I could do that, but I don't have the mic. You know,
You have the
listen.
mic and stuff like that.
I mean, I could, but by the
They
time
just
I
watch
do that,
you.
the chicken
They
wings will
just
be
watch
broken.
you. They don't have to hear you talk. They just
Man.
watch you.
Where your restroom at, man?
The next door.
Oh, really? It says the man cave.
The Wizards? No, it's I think that's gonna be organized. I only said the Wizards of the Bulls are playing tonight. That's just too. Hold on.
Oh, but. But he's still live talking, huh? All right, let me see. That's what I need. I need some water
We have plenty of those.
upstairs. I'm gonna bring some water in because I can't bring all that water on the plane.
Yeah, I mean, if you got water, you drink that before you take it.
I'm talking about I got like cases of water.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can't take that on the plane.
They don't want to let, well, they'll let you take the container, they won't let you take the water.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back, Mark. I'm gonna bring the cases of water in for you.
They'll probably still be here by the time you come back.
Chicken wings and shit.
Come on now. There you go. You know, if you go to the NBA, you're halfway decent. Well, now they'll replace you. Yeah. Oh, I was telling somebody. Oh, shoot, the Bulls are on. And they're getting the ass handed to them. Dang, I just went to the Wizards. Dang, I almost won. Dang. That's probably a pack. Oh. They probably get some landed too. What time was the game? Now I'm actually glad I went to the gym. Forget the game. What was that time? When the Bulls are on. Down at the NBA package. Watch all the games. Oh. Dang, the Bulls are sucking up the joint. Oh, that. But I think his brother's declaring for the draft, even though he's not really looking at him. I think that's what they're talking about on first tape.
That dog just sitting down obeying, huh?
Yeah, the other one is.
E2 Blue still alive?
I don't know if he's on there or not.
It's like he gone.
Or maybe
Is
he
he
did
still
cut.
alive?
Well, no, maybe he did cut out because it's not on the television anymore.
He's still alive. I see 178 people
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's what happens. He can walk away and they'll still be on there talking.
What is this?
Oh, yeah,
Missed call?
yeah, he
He
probably
must have lost connection.
Yeah, or if on his end, probably. That's what they do though. He'll walk away. They'll still be on there talking in the
Yeah.
chat, and they'll come back and pick up from where he left off.
Yeah. Woo. Get some water and stuff. I got it upstairs. Where Mark went to?
Oh, he went on the deck to cook those wings and the bang bang shrimp.
Oh, right out that back door right
No,
there?
no, the one upstairs door.
One upstairs. Oh,
Yeah, downstairs the kitchen.
might want to end that stream then.
Oh no, it'll be fine because he'll come back and it'll be like nothing happened. That's how it is though for him. It just he keeps it going. Oh yeah, that's like one of those things.
I see you still live downstairs. Oh, look at Yeah, he left. He got turned sideways. Yeah, I already know that.
Well, no, it was that different. I mean, it must have been something when she moved from Ghana, wasn't it? I was saying that's his fault. You shouldn't have put that stuff in his phone to begin with. That's where he messed up. No, I could feel my house. That's what it is. That's the way it is. People are illegally checked in. They're getting checked out for people on their sites.
But the whole video for that, you edit now on.
Yeah. I did, but I'm like, that little bit? Come on.
What they'll do is now, if you know that the stoplight, they'll take it out.
Yeah, but I think it was never recent. I had a guy.
And it hit the. And so all they went back and got all the football.
And I'm not whitelisted. We don't do whitelisted. We're talking about we got to pay me $350 a week. So I got all my videos demonetized. So I got to go back in and edit YouTube video shit. That's killing me, man. I'm sitting there like, man, I said, man, this damn, beats, instrumentals. I said, man, I can't do this. Oh, I paid down, man. Some epic music. Yeah, I got that. I went on ahead and paid for the year. Everybody's about to hustle. That's the hardest thing to YouTube. It's all hustle. And a lot of times you just want to put out your content. You want to have your content so everybody can use it. You're gonna waste your time. Alright. Looking alive. Help me now. Ugh. 145. What we have here? Shout out to you, Jet D. Shout out to you, Maui. Shout out to you, my Cowboys family. Who else we have here? Junebug, what's good with you, man? Really appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. I don't know why you still got this box here. But I don't want to mess up his settings. Oh man, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Gotta fly out early in the morning so I can be back in Dallas. Let's continue to grind. Gotta continue to grind and shine, baby. What's up with you? You do it this way. Maui Hampton. Pop out chat. Probably better if I can pop it out so I can see y'all comments. I just think this Cowboys team is going to be a whole lot better than what we were before. Shout out to you, Junebug, man. Really appreciate you. Derek Young, yeah, he's setting up the quote unquote Jobu wings and things. Yep. Baby Beard Gang rocking with Jobu Sports Report. Jamal Adams, I think that the Jets would try to do too much of a hard deal for him. But shout out to Jamal Adams. My thing is with Byron Jones, man, he can be a dog, man, under the better system. I do know a lot of people say you don't get turnovers and takeaways, but I'm looking at Byron Jones in this particular system. You know that your front 4 or 3 is going to get at the quarterback just enough for scheme alone. On top of that, they value linebacker play, which in return will help out, dare I say, the cornerbacks. Yeah, that will always help out the cornerbacks, man. But it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. Look at my setup over there. What you got, man? What kind of juice that is, man?
Naked juice.
Oh,
Strawberry banana.
yeah. Man, how many cell phones are these?
I think that's one. These use those to operate the cameras.
Oh.
One of them is actual cell phone. I think the other ones, a couple of them is using them to operate the cameras.
Okay. That's what's it.
Yeah, that makes it easier to operate the cameras.
Man, Mark Holmes' setup is really nice, man. I really like it. Yeah.
That's just his game day setup.
Game day setup
He
right
has,
here.
he has all his other videos set up over there. His last one setup.
Yeah, I can only imagine like this is a comfortable setup right here. Well, you normally sit right there to watch the game.
That's why I normally sit. And you got other people sit over here. And then if you have too many people here, then you have we put the bar stools behind the coach.
Oh, the bar stool is movable?
Yeah, those bar stools sometimes.
The stools,
yeah,
okay.
The bar stools.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bar stools.
All right, so here's what we got.
Oh, you got to spread it. How in the hell? Oh, I forgot it's a deep fry.
Yeah, it's just outside.
I said, sure, how you get the deep fry that quick, man?
Woo! Here we go. Look at that. We got regular wings, we got Jobu wings, and we got Bang Bang Jumbo Shrimp. So I'm gonna put. Can you move that stuff right there?
Oh yeah, let me get on. Let me get my boy. When y'all get about my age, I tell you.
Shit, man, you got a long way to go.
I know. You know how much older.
Oh, buddy.
I'm gonna get some more ice, baby. There's some. Okay, so we're gonna have the hot wing circuit here. I'm gonna grab a few plates.
No,
and
dog. You
napkins.
get on back. Big dogs over here eat. Tell your dog to get back. Tell them dogs to get back, bro. Man, fam.
So you gotta have cowboy color napkins and
Oh
stuff.
man,
okay?
I come here.
Listen,
I come
like,
here.
like somebody said, who will be nameless. You come in hungry, but you leave out fed. Okay, so that's what we got right there. Law's like, that's my plate. What y'all eating?
Yeah, it's my king
Let me
feast.
grab some ice, baby.
And remember, you're eating with nothing but the best.
At Joe Boo's Man Cave.
Joe Boo's Man Cave. We're here live. Boy, I'm tired, man. I'm so tired. I don't even want to wash clothes. We're tired. Get out of the way, dog. Uh-oh. Them dogs smelling that food, too. Damn, bro. This food got out here so quick. It'd take me all day to fix something like that. Happening now on Bleacher Report. Oh, so the dogs acting all good now since they smell the food.
Well, it's just this one that starts everything. The other one.
Oh, the other one, okay.
The other one usually keeps.
They like, man, it's you. I smell food around here, man. I'm on my best behavior around here. I'm gonna act good. I'm gonna act good around here. We got look at all these people. Joe Bug, Miss, I don't know, Coco Ebbs, Cokeebs, Gerald Chavez, Maui, Brian, what's good with you? Yeah, Cowboys gamer said, hey man, Mark should have been made them wings. You hear that, Mark? Don't you hear this, man?
He probably upstairs, all the way upstairs.
All the way
I
up.
think when I said to change his shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Give y'all some real first time eating type of stuff. Zion looking like a baby Shaq out there. You're gonna have to develop that outside shot. Score right now, Miami 40, New Orleans
All right.
46.
Man, y'all ain't started eating, man. What's wrong with you?
I'm just waiting on you,
You
man.
ain't know, man. You eat while the food's hot, man.
Oh,
I
man.
ain't got to be up in here.
Oh
Now,
man,
you
I'm
have
trying to
some
be
more-
respectable. I
You
didn't know
ain't-
y'all hold hands and say prayers or what. I didn't know.
This ain't that kind of party where you got to
Okay.
be respectable, man.
Okay, well,
you
sure.
look, you eat while the food is hot, man.
Man, you tell me twice. I don't turn down nothing but a collar, baby. Let me put this. Grab my plate from the bottom, you know. That's where the good stuff at. Here you go, my friend. Are those super nuclear wings?
No, they're not too bad.
Okay.
That's regular.
Had me tearing up around here. See the
Yeah,
nation.
but I could do something now.
Nah. Your boy got a baby palate over here. I don't have that palate like y'all.
Now, what we gonna do at some point is, I've got my man Brian
The
Della Rosa is working on some new shirts that are gonna be "I Survived Joe Boo's Hot Wings."
Oh wow! So you gonna bring some hot wings to like the tailgate and have somebody to take it? And
Yeah.
If they don't tear up, if they don't yell or choke, then they get the T-shirt for free $99.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's great marketing.
All right, everybody, I'm back, and
He's a true marathon runner. I tapped out of this thing. Me and E2 Blue.
well, E2 is like, save me some food. It's like, okay,
He probably
you
in
know,
his car now.
you better get it right. You heard law.
Uh-huh.
So I am back, and I tell you what I'm going to do. Mark is the perfect host. Nah, you need some weapons. I do have some voodoo hot sauce and everything else and stuff. Now, but see, I see you didn't get any of the hot sauce ones.
I'm gonna wait till they cool off a little bit.
So, but you know, like I said, when you come to my house, you come in hungry, but you leave fed. Because that's the way we roll up in here. And
Now I
so-
gotta drive to the airport now, Mark.
No, you'll be all right.
I don't wanna be too full. Wake up the next day, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, it's sunlight.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and restart this stream. You see, Michael Anthony is up in there grabbing the plate. And we're going to go ahead and hit this thing. All right. Whew. Look at that. I'm sweating. See, and I'm ready for them trolls. See, I got my grown-ass man shirt on right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing started.
We watching Zion, man. Oh, he took that out.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my son, Michael Anthony Fitness in the house. And we also have the Law in the house here. Law Nation, how you doing, man? For everybody who's just tuning in for my regular show, we've actually been going for the last 2 hours and 44 minutes. I done went out, cooked some chicken wings and some bang bang shrimp, so that way we can end up, of course, stuffing our face. Now, what we's gonna do in here tonight, I told you guys that when I came back from the Super Bowl, we were going to be doing the drawing for the bronze 100-year anniversary piece. We've been live streaming for quite a while, so anybody who's actually on Law's Nation's channel who is watching as well, they're entered into the drawing. So I've got that, and since we've had such a big response, we're going to do a couple of drawings tonight, and we're going to try and go. We're going to see how long we can go. Law Nation's got an early flight tomorrow morning. I got to go down the country and take care of some work and stuff. But we're going to do a drawing for a set of Jobu shot glasses. We're going to give away I guess it's a football.
It is a football.
I guess it's a football.
think
We're going to give
so.
that thing away. And we're going to give away the bronze statue and stuff. So everybody, thank you guys for being
Did
here.
they have any more than on sale?
Huh? They only had 2 of them. I bought the only 2
So
they
I said,
had.
do they still have some on their website?
I don't know if they do or not. I guarantee it's not on sale.
Well, you know what I mean, that they're still selling them.
Well, they might. I don't know. But all I know is that was the last 2 that were in Miami. And so I got one on my desk, so that way I got that one. And we got the other one over there. How's the food, guys?
Man, I don't like it at all. I love
love
this
it.
food. I love it. It's good, man. Good to the soul.
Mike, I have me and my dad here watching you, bro. Oh, Randy Marsh. Man, Randy, why you got little Kim, Rocket Man, for a profile picture? I'm just curious on that one.
Is it the old school Lil Kim or the new school?
I mean, Kim as in
That depends.
North Korea Kim.
I said
I'm
Lil
about
Kim.
to say. I'm about to say.
No.
Okay, that's a little different then.
Awesome, Randy. Shout out to your dad. Thank you. I can't stand these dad. Look, Miss Jackie. I got my grown ass man shirt on tonight. Okay, because I'm ready. I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready to go to war. I had somebody in here kept saying, "I want to debate you because I think he's the modern day Danny White." Man, get out of here with that stuff. You know what? Danny White, actually, I'm going to make some people mad tonight, but I'm going to say Danny White, he went to 3 NFC championship games, something Tony Romo never did. Right?
At least Danny White did something.
Right? So, and I know I'm going to be getting some troll. I know I'm going to get some haters in here. How dare you say something about Tony Romo? Hey, look, I'm only putting out there what happened. I'm not making stuff up. Am I wrong? Did I lie?
You didn't lie, man.
I didn't lie. I'm not doing like they do, like Jason Whitlock, Jabba the Hutt and stuff where he makes stuff up.
Where has he been?
All I say is this. Because I hear people, he's not elite. And I went back through there and I'm still trying to figure out the definition of elite. And then, of course, I hear this. The one thing that bugs me more than anything.
What is that?
More than Dak Trash Cut, more than Dink and Dunk Dak, more than Garbage Time.
What do you hear?
Now I forgot what it was because I hate all of those. Damn, now I'm losing my mind.
I can't believe that they gave him the labeling that he's an 8-8 quarterback. I said, wait a minute. He won with one season. All of a sudden,
there's so many things that I hate that they say. I forgot which one it was. What is it I hate more? Damn, I'm getting really old. Damn.
Dog, you gonna watch me eat the whole time?
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Now I forgot what my statement was. I'm just so overjoyed that we got my man. Oh no, we're not giving him. Oh, I thought you were hanging at the.
No. Thank you guys for tuning in to the nation. As you can see, that this chicken right here is plush, the crisp of the crust is nice and everything else. And you add into the spice that Mark Holmes is able to do with the shrimp. And also, when you think about the sauces, and also he got these things right here. I
Look,
don't even know what they are right
Just
now.
no, put some of the shrimp on there and make like
Oh,
that's a bang bang slider, man.
Bang, bang, slider, bang. That boy's good. That boy's good. I'm gonna put this over
or
here.
Or you can just have a roll with the chicken.
No.
But you need
I'm
to
a-
try
I'm-
some with the hot sauce on it, man.
See, I'm gonna wait for the hot sauce right now. But I'm enjoying this.
He's scared. I think Law
I'm
Nation
scared.
is actually scared, man.
Sure. See, I don't want to take down the plane. You know, when I get on the
Oh
air. So,
lordy. Oh, here we
as you
go.
guys know, but I'm gonna take some though. I'm gonna get some.
Oh, okay. More than anything, here's the thing that okay, I remember where I was going with this. But more than anything, I understand you say, well, you know, I have doubts. Everybody can have doubts. You know, I still say the guy gets better every year. But at least give the guy a chance. I'll be honest with you, all these solutions that I hear, bring in Matthew Stafford, and I say, what has Matthew Stafford done?
Get paid.
He's had some good numbers, but didn't he have Megatron to throw to?
Oh yeah.
Then they'll
Top-
say, oh, bring in Derek Carr. And I'm like, he'll cost you less.
No, he won't.
I'm like, what? Bring in Tom Brady. And I'm like, oh, man, come on. Tom had the worst numbers of his career. And then, of course, they go through and they say, well, you know, he didn't have anybody to throw to. And it's like, wait, didn't you guys a couple years ago say that if you're elite, you make everybody else around you better? That you don't have to have anybody? So it's just like, you know,
Make
at
them
least
eat
be
their own
consistent.
word.
At least be
Slow
consistent.
down. Slow down.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, but here's going to be your problem. One way or the other, Dak Prescott's not going to be going anywhere this year. I can guarantee you that.
Right.
He's going to be at least franchise tag,
They'll get a
if not get a
contract,
long-term contract. So if you absolutely positively hate Dak, then it may be time for you to find another team.
Right.
Because there's no way in the world you should go in there, you know, literally hating every. And no matter what happens, you come up with some shit that says, "Oh, he doesn't deserve credit for that. They won because the offensive line or Zeke Elliott." But they lose, you're gonna say it was his fault. It's like, come on, you have to give the guy at least a little bit, just a little bit of credit,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit. You can at least say, well, you know what, he did better than Matt Castle and Brandon Wheaton and Kellen Moore at least. You know, when Romo went down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They won one game. Dax won 40, right?
Yeah. Then when you look at it in those actual facts right there. Facts.
What was that thing that we came up with today? Now I forgot what it was. We came up with something that was like, damn, we hadn't thought. Now we done forgot it.
What was it?
I can't remember what it was, but I know it was like, damn, that was some great shit.
That Jason Witten is making more money
Well, yeah,
than Dak Prescott.
hell, I think Roscoe over here is making more money than Dax Prescott is for the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't think so.
Roscoe looking around like, what?
he ain't making no money, I can tell you that.
I'm going to try one of these spices.
Shout out to Barry Sanders. Becca looks like he's sweating those wings. Now he's sweating from his workout, man.
I don't see Jim.
Dak is the truth. Romo was too. You know, that's the thing that's amazing that we got lucky enough.
Slow down.
It was so funny watching Jerry Jones. I actually want to use this. I think it was on ESPN, but it was going through the whole draft there
Go lay down.
where they were hoping,
Lay
first
down.
of all, that Golf or Wentz would fall to him in the draft.
Lay down.
And both of those guys got drafted, so they drafted Zeke. Then Jerry and Steven started talking about how they were really intrigued by Paxton Lynch. And that, you know, they were trying to make that move up, and it ended up being Denver offered a little bit more. Then they
Yep.
started thinking about Connor Cook.
Go lay down.
That's for you, Connor Cook,
Lay
yeah.
down.
You know, and you started looking at that,
Lay down.
and somehow it was like, well, we got Dak Prescott. We'll take him. You know, he's got good leadership ability. So you think about that. If we had gotten Connor Cook or Paxton Lynch and had traded up to get those guys, where would this franchise be right now?
Sometimes I just wish we did. Just to see how crazy these people would say how much crazy we are by telling the truth on that aspect of it.
Right?
People so quick to say Dak Prescott is trash.
Oh my
Garbage.
God.
He can't win the necessary game. Look, didn't the first Eagle game count it?
Oh no, that didn't count because no, they say that game didn't count.
That game didn't count.
Nope, that game didn't count. You know, Carson Wentz fumbling the ball all over the place. You know,
That game didn't count. They were 1-1. They split the season, but all of a sudden, I guess that they're one more than ours.
Here's how delusional some of these Eagle fans are. Now check this out. I pointed out that Daniel Jones is the only player in the NFL to have more fumbles than Carson Wentz, and Daniel Jones didn't start every game.
Wow.
Okay, he only had one more fumble than Carson Wentz. You know, an Eagle fan said, well, how many of them did he lose? That makes a difference? That if he didn't lose it, then that's okay. You putting the ball on the field 17 times. 17 times. But nobody talks about that. Randy, who is your team? Down the toilet. How you doing, Sheila?
Only Eagles fans.
Sheila, your stuff is on the way to you. I mailed it out today. You should get it by Monday.
Only Eagles
Enough
fans.
is enough. Stop talking, Jerry Jones. Pick up the pen and the checkbook.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give Jerry the benefit of the doubt because I think what everybody is trying to do. I think the owners have gotten together and said, don't sign any big contracts until we get the players to sign the CBA. Tease them with the things that they can get this thing done, and then go ahead and do these deals because they know they're gonna have a whole lot more money, and then it's putting a little more pressure on the players. If now here's the key on this, the 4 o'clock on Thursday is the deadline that you can use the franchise tag. If the CBA passes, which they have until 11 o'clock on Thursday night, then you'll only be able to use one.
Mm-hmm.
So you could try. Paul, thank you very much for that super chat. Where's the notepad?
Here you go.
Okay.
There you go.
What did I do with my pen?
Here you go.
Okay.
Writing them down over here.
Okay. Paul,
I think Young Wilson made a deal earlier.
Did you get it for me?
Yeah, I wrote it down,
Thank
put
you.
it in the bucket. Shout out to Young Dollar Wilson.
Cedric, thank you very much for that super chat. We're going to be doing a drawing here in a few minutes. Jake the Great.
Jake.
Jake from State Farms. 1804. Okay. So one way or the other, they're going to sign Dak. So you're going to have to just get used to seeing Dak, and I'm sure you trolls are just going to continue to say, well, see, they shouldn't have paid that guy. Okay, he's overpaid. I know that's coming, but it's okay. It's okay.
You got another coach. You got a new coach.
The big question is who else is going to be coming back with him? We know that Amari Cooper then went online and said that he wants to come back. You know, he wants to be a Cowboy for life. I wonder if he is also going to say, you know what, I'm not looking for a max contract because I want to make sure I come back with you.
Well,
Does he give a little discount?
Well, he'll probably get the franchise tag if Dak Prescott doesn't. Because you don't know if he wants to stay healthy or not. He's a good player when he's healthy.
Yeah, even I don't think he was healthy last year, but you still look at the numbers he was able to put up.
he was still better than DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
That's with a plantar fasciitis.
It's coming out my team's pocket. That's a dumb comment. I have to agree with you, Randy Marsh. I mean, yeah, it's coming out your team's pocket, and so it hurts you. Believe me, they got deep pockets, man. He will not be the only one overpaid. I can guarantee you that one.
Yep.
I wish we all could just ignore the trolls. I know it's tough, but if we all did, they stop trolling. I kind of enjoy messing with some of them because sometimes you can kind of make them look stupid. Mm-hmm. And you know, you can kind of troll the troll. Yeah. DMV Cowboy Fanatic. Once Dak and Cooper sign, are you guys opposing to bringing in Dez as a role player?
Oh, hell no.
I'm going to say that Dez I'm done
prone.
with Dez.
Dez is injury prone. I'd rather have what's his name, Irvin, come back than
I would say that Dez I'm done with.
Irvin is. I don't remember when last time he got hurt.
It's been 2014 since he's been healthy, and Dez is just too much talk.
I know, and Dak Prescott don't like that social media stuff either.
Shout out to Dez Bryant.
Yeah.
What we need to do is start ourselves a YouTube channel.
He got one. Actually, Dez got a YouTube channel.
Does he?
I didn't know that.
He don't got a lot of followers on there. He don't post as much, but
I know he posts a lot on Facebook.
and
I follow him on Facebook.
IG. Here's the thing, Dez Bryant. Only way you can bring Dez Bryant back into the fold, if you don't get the wide receiver you wanted in the draft, and on top of
And
that,
Amari Cooper, you lose.
Amari Cooper, you lose, and to save face, you bring him back in for, dare I say, Oxnard. You gotta have him. You sell jerseys.
Okay.
Money.
All right. Excuse my rear end here, guys, but I'm gonna grab me a little plate.
Man, I'm demolishing these, man.
I see, man. Oh, I see you getting the hot ones now, aren't you? Okay. All right, so we got Law in here, and that's some blue cheese dressing if you wanted some to
Oh, there you go.
try and dip them on, but I don't think you're not looking like you're needing any.
I don't need any, man. That's when you know the product is good. You don't have to put no sauce on it, baby. Yeah, he don't have to embellish the wings. They good. They good. Making all kinds of games. All kinds.
All right, so let me show you guys what we got here. I'm gonna put mine. Here's what you got. Seriously, bang bang shrimp and some, of course, chicken wings. And I need to get a couple of napkins too because I don't want to make the thing sticky over here. So, and I know it's not keto tonight, but you know what? It's a special occasion. I got my man in the house.
You can have cheap days.
Perry Locke is
You can
entered.
have a cheap day.
You know what,
Perry
Tim?
Locke. Shout out to you, Perry.
I tell you what, we're gonna do the first draw right now. All right, so we're gonna do 3 draws tonight, unless we have a food coma and pass out. Mike, do you feel like getting up and picking one out here?
I'm going to do the honors and pick one, too.
Michael's like, my hands are sticky.
I'm also on fire too.
Your mouth's on fire? Come on, those aren't that hot.
Yeah, if you put this sauce on it.
All right, okay, I'm gonna pick the first one then, okay? Okay, here comes Michael. Michael's gonna pick the first one. We're gonna do a set of 4 shot glasses to start out with. Okay. And who's the first name? Rob Collins. Rob Collins.
Collins.
Rob Collins, right there.
Rob
Shot
Collins. Woo.
Did that hit the spot?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
a
Rob
job,
Collins is our shot glass set winner. All right, so you say bring back Dez if you don't sign Amari and can't draft a wide
At least for a training camp.
Man, bring him back for a cup of coffee. Who else you gonna have out there? I love Gallup, but he had 13 drops last year.
Oh my God.
On top of that, that is not against the number 1 DBs out there. On top of that, that's with single coverage. Look at Michael Gallup's tape. You don't see double, triple coverage on Michael Gallup. People
True.
fail to realize roll coverages and all of those things occur because you had Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing called roll coverage, Cowboy Nation. I know a lot of people, they look in and they listening to what the ESPN, the NFL Network guys are saying.
Mm-hmm.
The Fox and Shay Sharp.
They all have writers at that field.
They all have writers, but roll coverage is such a thing. You roll the coverage towards Amari Cooper's way. You bracket the interior guy, Randall Cobb. You leave Gallup by himself. And trust me, what we wanted to see from a 2-year starter is him winning his one-on-one battles. And all through off-season during Oxnard, that's what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Big Game James, and whoever was out there, we was looking at it like, man, this boy is showing up in Oxnard. One-on-one.
Right.
I'm telling you, he was looking good out there. So I'm thinking, with my limited knowledge of football, is that he's going to stack those things together. He should be better this year. But he don't get to where he's going without
Right.
the help of an Amari Cooper.
Okay.
That's just from what I can see and identify with the tape. Now,
I agree. I'll
he
give
is
you
good,
an
though.
example.
He is good.
Think about Terrence Williams when Dez Bryant was really balling.
Oh, yeah.
Terrence Williams was actually looked like he was a really good receiver.
Right.
When Dez got hurt, he had to be the number 1 guy.
Oh, yeah. No. Sorry.
And the craziest thing about it,
Mhm.
Terrence Williams He not even making the XFL. I heard he couldn't even make that XFL.
No,
What happened?
He got picked up by St. Louis and then they cut him.
And they
So, in
cut
other words,
him.
he didn't make the
He
XFL.
couldn't make the XFL.
That says something.
Let
about
that
his
sink
character.
into your mental.
What's Bryce Butler doing these days?
Oh man, the catching balls from Kaepernick, you know, and he went out to their trials, and that's the last time I heard of him. You see,
Right.
And he pretty much committed career suicide
And that's
when
half.
he did
That's
that
half
because
of the
you know how
receiving core
politics-
that we had in 2017. When
Yeah,
everybody
that's
said
half.
that-
Allen Hearns, you remember him?
Right. That and well, Dak is trash. It's like, but he ain't throwing to nobody. Oh, but he's not making the guys around him better. I'm like,
Deontay Thompson, you know what I
on.
mean? Hey, where those boys at? Now, Cole Beasley, I will give
Cole
you
was
guys this. Cole Beasley, he did do a little something in Buffalo Bills land. But that's the only one. Who else?
Miss Jackie saying, did he have any endorsements? No, that ratchet behavior. No one is going to brand as hot mess. Who are we talking about, Miss Jackie? Oh man, Jones is a beast. Terrence Williams made his own bed. Dak's getting paid, and that's what I agree. I think Dak's gonna get paid, regardless of what you guys think. You know, this is the same situation we were in with Zeke Elliott. Everybody said trade him, don't pay him. D-Law, same thing. It's just what the way the Cowboys do business. It's just the way they do business.
You don't let Ezekiel Elliott walk anyway. I think he had the number 4, number 5 overall selling jersey in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You don't let that brother walk from a Jerry
Oh,
Jones
Miss Jackie was talking about Zeke. Wow.
Oh, Zeke. And the thing is with Zeke, pretty much you don't award bad behavior.
Uh-huh.
And regardless of how we look at it, we got a chance to see Ezekiel Elliott mature in the NFL. Dak Prescott came in without that longitude and latitude.
Mm-hmm.
He had to walk the tightest of the tightest ropes. But what the NFL and Jerry Wayne is doing, I know that we got to wait till the new collective bargaining agreement come through. But by him paying Ezekiel Elliott, by him paying
Mm-hmm.
not LVE, but Jalen Smith,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't even looking for the money. It seemed like he just woke up one day and got hit with the cash.
It was.
He was swiping and carrying on. Oh, y'all gonna pay me
That shit
earlier?
was crazy.
Dogs got paid too.
And on top of that, Lyle Collins, he wasn't looking for the money. I mean, golly, he got
Well,
hit with the cash.
Those may be ones that we look
Yeah.
back and say we were
Wow.
ahead of the curve before the money jump.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's flat out crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dak will never play for another team. I won't go that far.
If y'all get
You
one,
know, I'm going to give you guys
you already lived the dream.
Steve Young.
The man already lived the dream. He played for Dallas
Steve
Cowboys.
Young played for Tampa Bay, and they thought he was a bum, and they let him go to San Francisco. He goes to San Francisco, he becomes a Hall of Famer.
No, but wait,
Doug Williams played for Tampa Bay,
wait.
goes to Washington, has the best second quarter of anybody, Super Bowl MVP. Brad Johnson goes from Washington to Tampa Bay, ends up getting the ring. A lot of times, coaching has a lot to do with the production that you get from players.
The other thing too is Dak Prescott said I want to play for Dallas Cowboys. He never said win a championship. A man never said I wanted to win a championship.
I'm going to start working on my draft list, but for me, and everybody's saying go for corner, get the corner or the safety. Safeties you can get in the second round. We could have gotten Warren Thornhill where we drafted Tristan Hill last year,
And he
late in
played-
the second round.
He played half the season too before he got hurt. Unlike
Right.
Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill barely
For
stepped
me,
the field.
I'm looking for a game-changing defensive lineman. I want a big body in the middle. I need a push. I need a guy who the quarterback is worried about his knees. Somebody that's about 340, 350. Get back, Roscoe.
Ooh.
That's going to be able to
The Wizards finally won another game? Okay.
do some damage. That's what I'm looking for first.
The Wizards actually won
Second.
that game.
I'm looking for that safety or cornerback, best available.
Yeah.
Skywalker Steel.
That's my guy.
Is that your guy? Skywalker. So you're up in PA. We definitely have to get together, man. I don't know what part of PA, because some parts of PA you can get to in about 2 hours. Other parts, you're talking about like Pittsburgh, you're talking about 5 or 6 hours.
Ask about
Pennsylvania is a big ass state.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But either way, we're going to be going Baltimore. We're going to be tailgating at the Ravens game and the Redskin game. So if you're going to be going to either of those, we definitely got to
You have
hook
to
up.
remember with the Ravens game, you have to go. You can't be in the parking lot during the game.
Right. So we can't do the tail like we did.
That's the rules that they have at the stadium.
Trash rules.
I mean, the stadium parking lot is really not that big. At least from what I've seen down past the stadium.
Yeah.
Valley says tonight we have been joined by Skywalker Steel, E2 Blue Entertainment, My Cowboys Family, Michael Anthony Fitness, and Laudation. Damn. It's been epic tonight. And I'm eating chicken wings. Did you get enough to eat, man?
Man, I got some dead soldiers over here, man.
Are you sure?
Dead soldiers.
I can go cook some more if we need some more.
No, I'm good, man. I got some.
So I had the hot sauce too, so you know that.
I knocked down the hot sauce side too.
I had the other hot sauce.
All right, so when I get these new shirts made up, you survive Joe Boo's hot wings.
I survived. These dogs haven't took their eyes
Yeah, we
off
would
of
definitely
it.
have to move up to get rugs.
Ruggs might drop to the 17.
You
I
think
heard
he
that. I heard that Brown, the kid from Auburn. I think it's Derek Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Big boy inside. They said he may drop because his combine numbers
You
weren't
know,
that great.
We have tried everything but a big man in the middle. And see, here's
Well, no. Tristan Hill supposed to be that big man in the middle, but what happened to him?
he's really more of a, well, he's still really a tackle, a
One-
nose tackle. But see, he's part of that philosophy that Rod Marnelli
One
had.
gap. Yeah.
Rod Marnelli, Jet D,
What's up, Jet?
So,
for the
Jet.
super chat. Rod Martinelli likes light ass,
Of course.
tall,
Like those Warren
lean
Sapp type
defensive
guys.
linemen. And see, here's the thing, that works great. If you are a team that is like it's a track meet where the offense you just got to be throwing every down. That works, having a stunting defense.
Yeah, but
But see, in the NFC East, you're looking at actually teams
Yeah.
that can run the football.
how many
and
seconds?
and when you have teams that can do that, if you get caught in the stunt,
How many seconds were they waiting that they said they could scan the field and see that like 5
Well,
or 10 seconds or whatever?
yeah. Did
before
you
the
ever
ball-
notice that our defense literally was set like 10 seconds before the ball snapped?
Wow.
You very rarely saw them like changing out of stuff. You could look and read the defense. It just I don't know.
The typical high school defense where you know for sure it's Tampa 2, cover 3 scheme.
I'm still wondering if the fact that you had Rod Martinelli as the defensive coordinator, and he was really running the defensive line, and then you end up bringing in Chris Richard, and Chris Richard had a different philosophy. If he was really able to have the latitude to run the defense the way he wanted to, because his defense was a lot more aggressive than what we are. We've always been more of a bend don't break, and with these lightweight defensive linemen, I mean, you look at even Tyrone Crawford is only about 280.
280.
He's
yeah.
he's tall. He's about 6'3", 6'4".
Tweener,
And,
yeah.
You look at
Go ahead.
all of the defensive line. Even Antoine Woods is only about 300.
Go ahead.
These guys aren't really
So go
big,
ahead.
big guys,
Go
but
ahead.
they
Go
can
ahead.
move, which is great.
Lay down.
But if you got a guy in front of you, I'm just bulldozing over you, you can't drop the anchor. And you look at a lot of times when we've had big running plays and stuff, when Mitch Trubisky ran against us, you watch D-Law who fell for the play action. He crashes real hard. He's moving fast as hell, and he ends up leading his zone
Right.
wide open. Trubisky runs right through there. You could have drove a Mack truck through it. So, being such a stunting defense, it's not good when you got teams that are going to run on you.
Discipline, man. We're an undisciplined football team. Everybody want to do a hype, swipe, or
Chris
some type
Richard
of
sucked,
dash.
but damn.
I don't think it was all Chris Shaw. I think he just got called out.
I think that he's one of the guys that fell on the sword. But I like I said when E2 Blue was on,
Mm-hmm.
you got a car, right? You got a vehicle that you drive,
Mhm.
that you own and operate.
Yep.
And I did this analogy. But your dad got one. You see what I'm saying? And when it got time for you to drive your dad car,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't drive your dad car like you drove your car.
Oh, no.
Oh no, I
You see? You know what I'm saying? You got your own whip. You see?
I was driving his car for
You
a
driving
minute.
his car for a minute.
For a minute. before I
But he
got
said,
my-
son, he probably said, hey, I tell you what, you can have his keys, but I want you to be back at home around 10.
And better not be an empty gas tank.
Yeah. I want you to bring it back the same way I gave it to you. And that's what Chris Richard was doing, technically speaking,
I have to agree
with
with you on that.
Rob Marinelli's
No,
defense.
no. What happened after the Eagles game? We got to a fight. They had a conversation with him after the Eagles game.
Yeah.
Got
Stephen
that fight
Jones
with
said,
one player.
hey, we don't do that around here. All that
He was on the
yelling,
interview right after that.
Yeah.
too. They asked him about
yelling
it.
and stuff.
He's like.
And it's like, and that's why we are what we are.
I think his whole philosophy
fire
changed right
change,
there.
man.
Yeah, but you know what?
I mean, but the people will look at Chris Richard and say, well, it's his fault. I can say this, though, with the Jordan Lewis angle of not starting him or playing him out there, it's like in the middle with Jordan. Although he got the turnovers and takeaways as relate to interception.
Right.
That's good tape. But that Cole Beasley tape out there, too, you see.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley ate him up. And that was his fault, you know what I'm saying? Switch off, zone responsibility, getting a little bit closer, not being physical with him. And trust me, Cole Beasley is a dog as it relates to one-on-one coverage because you got to bracket him, you know. But shame on the Cowboys for not bracket covering him. Put the guy underneath and have the guy over the
That should
top.
have been said.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that he's not the one that beats us.
Right.
You know he's going to be motivated.
Right.
But
it's
you know, there's so many
philosophy.
times that we've looked at this team and we just like, what are they doing?
We do what we do best. That's what they say.
Well, we'll see what Mike McCarthy does. You know, people will turn back and say, well, last couple of years with Green Bay, he didn't do a whole lot. But see, for me, I think you really have about a 5-year window.
Aaron Rodgers was the issue.
They did some numbers, Cowboy Nation, and Aaron Rodgers, since Mike McCarthy left, had his all-time worst numbers.
Oh, I can believe.
But people would look at the I guess of course, in the
record.
playoffs and the records or what have you. But he had his all-time worst numbers. You see, but y'all can look it up. You know, don't take my word for it. Do
see,
your own homework.
here's what's
you know.
funny though, because I've had Cowboy fans that'll say, "I'll take Jimmy Garoppolo over Dak Prescott," and I'm kind of like, you know, that they're not sold on him, and they're sitting there thinking that maybe we need to bring somebody else in,
like Tom Brady. You look at Tom Brady.
like, oh yeah, but he was in the Super Bowl. But see, and that's where I'm like, you know, I just
the
can't.
people
I just
around
can't.
him.
Yeah.
It was the running back.
Oh, Jet D, you gonna have to pull part. Well, I'm gonna be in there tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna finish up tomorrow, but I'll probably be there. I'll probably come back on Sunday.
Jimmy Garoppolo had 5 passes in the Super Bowl. The rest of it was running back.
Yeah.
Last I checked.
But people
I
don't
think
watch
it was.
football. They just watch the little highlights and say, see.
No, what they watch is ESPN and,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true
and
that,
Fox
too.
and FS1 and stuff, and listen to idiots and think that that's what
They
it
don't
is.
tell the whole story. That's all it is.
Yeah, tell the whole story. And then they don't gripe and bitch and moan about other quarterbacks like
I
they
don't
do
see it
about
happening
Dak
if
Prescott.
Jordan Love
'Cause Dak-
falls
Dallas makes
by
money.
Dak.
That's all it is.
So
Anything about Dallas
Derek
Cowboys is gonna
Burnett,
make money.
I'm taking that you just hate Dak Prescott. So Derek, is there anything that you see about Dak Prescott that you can say positive? I'm just curious.
You ain't gonna see it.
What do you think about bringing back Ron Leary? I would rather bring back I'd rather hold on to Joe Looney
I like Jumbo Joe.
than try and go back out and get Ron Leary. Huh?
Isn't he one of the player reps?
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Looney and Byron Jones.
Byron Jones is
both are the player reps for the Cowboys, and they both.
Byron Jones is one fit out
Yeah.
the door.
Well, both of them.
Can I
really,
imagine
yeah.
Dak on the 49ers? Oh shit, they
Yeah.
would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's
They
where
almost
you know
went
what
to Denver.
I hate to tell you guys that if you
That's
took the
why I went to
Dallas
Denver.
Cowboys offense with New England, they would have won the Super Bowl again this year.
Oh yeah.
Because this year was not, you know, as much as everybody keeps talking about, you know, Tom Brady here and Tom Brady there. You know, Tom Brady had the #1 defense
But
in the
you
NFL
know,
and the best coach.
Tom Brady has never.
And special team play.
Tom Brady has
games.
never went to Super Bowl playing the wild card game. Has never been to the Super Bowl when they played the wild card game.
And here's the thing is with
I was
Tom,
like, yeah.
Tommy Tom too. Since he made the Super Bowl every other year,
Mm-hmm.
so like you know what I'm saying, it could be this year that all of a sudden the New England Patriots stepping back up because they go to the Super Bowl every other year. You see, so I don't know, man. My thing is Bill Belichick is a whiz. I think it's Bill Belichick more so than Tom. Because anytime you win 11 games with Matthew Castle, the first guy, the first
Thank
player
you.
in NFL history to throw an intentional grounded interception. You see, that was just how bad he threw the ball. He threw the ball literally away for an interception, and it was so bad, Cowboy Nation. They said, you know what? Let's just call it intentional grounding. Oh, Matthew. What's his name?
So the
Matt
Saints put a
Castle.
first-round tender on Hill.
On Tyson Hill.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't no first round, man.
That's what they put on him. They believe in
Man,
that
he ain't
guy.
no first round.
I'll be honest with you. I'd be trying to keep
Teddy B.
Teddy Bridgewater myself because
I
it's
know,
like, you know what? He looked pretty
5
good.
games.
You're gambling on whether or not Hill is, what, 29 years old?
Close to it.
And,
Yeah.
and how many plays has he played in the NFL?
They see the hot grease in the pan, and I know a lot of people, and I would go down this other road, but I ain't gonna do it, Cowboy Nation. But that's what they see. They see that hot grease in the pan.
Went 5-0.
Teddy Bridgewater, even when he went 5-0, he also averaged 6.9 or something like 6.8 yards per attempt. Can you imagine that being Rain Dakota Prescott?
Oh, my God.
Oh,
That-
my goodness.
You know, that defense in New Orleans,
Well,
you know,
they have
and
a good
that's what
defense,
my
too.
boy, Demario Davis. You know, Demario keeps telling me, he's like, you got a hell of a coach right there. The things that he taught me and about playing downhill, I'm actually excited if he can turn Jalen Smith into a Demario Davis, look the F out. And if Van Der Esch, you know, Jerry Jones says he's not worried about, you know, Leighton Van Der Esch, which means I'm worried. But they're going to probably be taking it easy on him.
Yeah, at least
If he can get back to where he was as a rookie, then, man, that would be huge. And if we switch up on the defense there,
Yeah.
and basically the difference is really the way you look at it is like this. You've got your two outside rushers in Robert Quinn and D-Law, which are really like outside linebackers. See, outside
Yeah.
linebackers, you know, when you switch up the defensive things, really what it is you got three fat guys on there. You've got your nose tackle is what I used to play, but they call it nose guard is what I was.
Wow.
Which meant I lined up over the center. I would shade to the left or to the right. Then you have two other fat guys that are over top of the tackles. The guards are uncovered. And then you have outside linebackers, which are really more like defensive linemen or edge rushers. Very rarely do they actually go out in coverage. Charles Haley was an outside linebacker, but really what he was kind of a hybrid defensive linebacker. He was about 245, 250, but he was mean as shit, and he could rush the passer because that's basically their job. So what you're looking at is basically putting in one more defensive lineman. And for the Dallas Cowboys, the way that works, you typically have bigger defensive linemen that can hold up the middle, will help us when we go against teams that really can run first. It's going to really be able to put pressure on the quarterback. And most quarterbacks do not like pressure in their face.
Right.
They like to be able to step up into the pocket, and that way they have a vision. But if you've got that, you know, that trash can full of dirt, like Voss says, you know, that big guy that's an immovable force who can push in the middle like a Warren Sapp, man, that makes all the difference in the world. Because when you control the middle of the field, you control the field.
Yeah, the middle of the field is the game. 3-4 opposed to a 4-3, like you said. And then on top of that, you got the double A gap. That the inside guys, either they can penetrate that or they can bounce out to the B gap. So you got more athletic guys on the outside.
Somebody said,
yeah.
when's
I mean, it's just what it is. I think that with that, you don't know whether or not the mic is safety play inside the box or flip him back outside.
Yeah.
He could be the linebacker, so it could be more confusing. You know.
Right. Well, the sauce is actually hot sauce and butter, basically 50-50, and you melt that and pour it over the wings, and that's what it is, man.
Oh, that's good.
You know, the butter helps it stick. What am I doing for the draft? At the moment, we are going to the draft, right, Mike?
Get the tickets and let me know how much it's going to
Yeah, I need to go ahead and get the tickets for that
Yeah, I
because
got
you know
today.
I'm just and get the insurance in case the coronavirus and all that stuff they shut down everything. Yeah, we're planning on going to the draft. Me and Mike and E2 might be going as well.
The draft.
So, Mark, what you gonna go to the draft? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the draft.
I've never been to Las Vegas, so I'm going regardless.
Vegas. What happened
Oh
in
my
Vegas
God,
stays in
Cowboys
Vegas.
gamer, Cowboys gamer. You know what? That happens.
What happened?
That we lost. That Wentz went to the playoffs. You know what?
Yeah.
But guess what happened the year before when they were Super Bowl champions? We beat them twice too, and guess what? We went to the playoffs as well, and we ended up beating Russell Wilson.
And you know
The
what
same thing that they lost to.
You know,
In the
last I
playoffs.
checked, Tom Brady doesn't win the Super Bowl every year, and he's probably the best quarterback in the history of football. You know, Roger Staubach didn't win the Super Bowl every year, neither did Troy
They went to
Aikman.
5.
Get over it. Players and teams lose to other teams. Look, jackass. I'm going to call you jackass. You see this? Look at this.
Get them.
Every single year since 2004, it's been a different team that's won the damn division. And every year, guess what? Except for 2. The team that won the division lost more games than they did the year before. The other 2 just broke even. So guess what? We won the division the year before. We were due to fall back down. So guess what? Next year probably will be the Dallas Cowboys' turn because the Redskins, well, they suck ass.
Here we build.
The Giants, they stink.
Building.
Okay?
Both teams-
It happens. I want you to name me one quarterback that goes to the playoffs every year and wins the Super Bowl and never, ever has a bad game. I'll wait. Damn.
And you know what? That Pat Mahomes, as much as people put him on a
Those
pedestal,
first 3 quarters, I was there. I was
You
like,
was
damn,
there. Yeah.
I'm like, he overthrew that one like by my man. That shit was in the dirt. Their defense kept them in the damn game.
Maybe they just gave him that game. I don't
Chris Jones and the running game, you know. But they don't get they only think about Pat Mahomes. Not thinking about Tyreek Hill. Not thinking about the Travis Kelce kid.
Right.
That team
But
knows-
he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any weapons.
Oh, he don't have anybody.
He don't have any weapons, right? But you know what? We're gonna
Yeah.
find out if they end up paying him the $40 million as they go through and have to gut the team.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, won't we?
We'll find out.
You know what, Cowboys 1971. Actually, I ain't mad about it because had we won that game, we probably have Jason Garrett still freaking here.
Oh man.
And I can tell you one thing: we never ever win a damn Super Bowl with Jason freaking Garrett.
If we win that game, I'm gonna put this into the mindset of everybody. That will put us winning the NFC East 3 times out of the last 4 years.
Right, with Jason Garrett.
With Jason Garrett, you can't fire. How can you fire? How can you fix your lips to fire him? You knowing that that's your son. You see, and you can say out of the last 4 years, 3 times out of the last 4, you won the NFC East. There's no way. There's no way.
But see, for me,
I'm glad.
Listen, Law, I'm telling you, I swear that when first Jerry Jones was at the point where they thought about firing him right then and there, but then he said, we need a deep run. It seemed like the players were like, yeah, finally Jason Garrett's gone. But then as we kept getting closer and closer, you just got this feeling like if we make the playoffs, Jason Garrett, we know Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett is the best guy to lead us forward and get us into the playoffs. Isn't that what he said?
You think that he can win a Super
And
Bowl?
if he ended up turning that season around and getting into the playoffs, you think they would turn around and say, Jason, you got to go. No, what he would say is, he took us through the bad waters. He got us into the playoffs. We know we didn't win in the playoffs, but, he got us there. We're so close. If we can get him a couple other pieces, we'll be it. That would have happened. You know it. So I'm okay that if that's what it took for the Eagles to win the division, at 9-7.
Be quiet then.
Yes, indeed.
Simba,
Keep it up, you go upstairs.
chill out. I'm okay if it meant that we aren't having Jason Garrett. You can take it however you want. That we didn't make the playoffs. You know what? I consider it a victory that Jason Garrett's gone.
Shout out to Jason Garrett.
Man, screw Jason Garrett.
He wasn't New York Giants, so I hope he implode.
Boy, I just like when we had our first interview. I did hear, how you doing, guys? I just don't know how you guys can feel, but that felt so good. I don't care what their new coach was going to say, as long as he didn't say "How you doing, guys." As long as he didn't say that, I was okay.
Travis Colin.
Colin, boy, New Orleans
All
is
right.
beating Miami real bad.
Rob Collins.
Big Rob.
You won our first one. You got a set of 4 shot glasses. I need you to try and email me at CowboysMark94. It's like right there in the front. So that way we can get you your shot glasses, okay? And I'll put a message in the community tab. And I'm going to get Law Nation, okay? Can you show them the football?
Oh, yeah.
This was bought in Miami, okay? In Miami. Randy, okay, you just got in there in time, Randy. Randy Gregory.
Yes, Randy Gregory.
Randy Sutiles. Okay, appreciate that super chat. All right, so we're going to do that drawing right here. Let's see if one of the Law Nation people can win it. You're not still alive, are you?
No. We all on one.
That's a lot of tickets in here. Okay. Let you pick it out.
All right, red 180. Okay. All right, let's see. Pick it from the bottom.
All right. What's the name on it? Can you read my chicken scratch?
And here
It's on the outside. It should be on the outside.
Oh, we have a winner.
Who? Winner, chicken dinner.
Eric Freeman.
Eric Freeman. He gets the soft football. Is that what we're going to call it? Eric Freeman.
Eric Freeman. You
So what I'll
win
do
this.
is I'll put it in my community tab. Freeman. Soft football.
Yes.
And we're going to do the other drawing here in just a couple minutes. And then what we're going to do, if it's not, it wasn't raining outside. We're going to go outside. We're going to smoke a cigar. And we'll be on live on Law Nation's channel unless he's tired now. Are you tired, boss?
Oh, man. It's good. We can go live, whatever, it don't matter.
I don't want to wear you out before your plane flight back home. You go back home, your wife be like, why are you so tired?
Why you so tired?
You know you're going to have the honey. You've been gone for a week, haven't you?
A whole week. Sorry.
You know you're going to have the honeydew list. In fact, she going to say, here's the babies, honey. I'm going out. I'm going shopping or
Where
something.
you going?
He's like, baby, no. I just got
yeah.
here. It's like, yeah, you got to make up for that work and stuff. I know how that goes.
Close the door.
So
I have
if the
something
CBA
waiting
passes,
for.
which I think it will, Randy Gregory is supposedly reapplying to come back in. Randy Gregory hasn't played in a couple of years. Do you think he's got it? Well, you don't have to worry about him getting suspended. At least.
Right.
And he didn't have any other off the field issues.
But
I heard something that they were talking about that they were going to relax even other substances.
Oh, wow.
They were talking about that yesterday on ESPN. I was like, wait a minute, you're talking about coke or opioids?
Wait a
I was
minute
like,
now.
wait a minute.
But I know where this is all stemming from.
What's that?
There should be, or there is a lawsuit out there for the NFL pushing Teradol and Tramadol and all of those dolls down there.
you're right.
see.
I can
So what they're trying to do is cushion and padding this thing out. Sitting there saying, okay, there may be some gag orders, there may be some payment under the seat, you know what I'm saying, under the table, things like that. This is just me speculating for the nation. You see them saying speculations for the nation. But I can say that Randy Gregory, coming out of college, was a monster. He could play in the 3-4 or a 4-3 defense. Outside linebacker in the 3-4,
Right.
edge rushing in the 4-3. So give him a shot. On top of that, he just recently got married, got 2 kids. So
I hadn't heard all that.
Oh, not married, but he got 2 kids there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Bobby Belt, we was live on the channel, me, Big Game James, and my guy Skywalker. Bobby Belt was saying that, hey, this guy just recently had another child. So a lot of times that slows you down too.
Yeah, you start
Yeah,
realizing
yeah.
that things are more
Yeah,
important
but
than
he's on
you mature.
Mature, man. Mature.
Well, you also have David Irving saying, Jason Garrett basically told me if I want to smoke weed, then I need to just get up out of here and stuff. And so he's kind of liking what he's hearing. What's up, Adrian from Cali? How you doing out there in Cali, man?
Adrian!
Byron Jones going to play for the Eagles and watch But you know what's it's watch she gets interception. I gotta tell you.
Hey.
Get up and go
Hey.
upstairs.
Come here.
Hey, you all that bark with no bite.
Come here.
Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me.
Ah, there we go.
Hey,
All right.
Simba.
Is that what you want? Joe Cook, thank you very much for that super chat. He says, "What's up, Law?"
What's up, Joe?
Joe
Yeah.
Cook, we're going to add you. We're going to do one more drawing here at the 10 o'clock hour, and then we're going to shut this down because we've been taking up too much of the YouTube. I think my meter has definitely gone over.
Take all space you want.
David Irving is tweeted and wants to come back and things.
I
Is
would have him.
interested. Now,
I would
I
have
got to
him
tell
and
you,
Dez.
that's a guy who actually could be a real beast. But the difference between him and Randy Gregory to me was Randy Gregory, you never heard about him not wanting to practice or things like that.
Right.
You had David Irving, who was kind of like Moody. It's kind of like, I wake up better than 90% of the people and, don't have to practice. And that kind of bothers me some.
Yeah, but my thing is, I guess he had his run in. Now looking at the bigger picture with Jason Garrett and David Irving.
Yeah.
Just like when Jason Garrett had his father out there, and I think he had his brother out there,
Yeah, the brother's still on the team.
Jed Garrett or Judd Garrett.
Yeah, but he's behind the scenes.
During the time, Metellus Bennett was out there. Remember, his father would always say, "Hey, get the ball, take the ball high," and he just weighed on him. You say,
Yeah.
he weighed on Metellus Bennett. I think that there could be a situation where it's David Irving knowing the situation that he was going through, and Jason Garrett
Yeah.
didn't have that total faith and confidence in him, and it kind of waned on him. Not saying that Jason Garrett, is the best coach of all time,
Oh, my
but it
God.
could be a situation like that. That's how I'm looking at it.
Giants beware. That's all I can tell you.
Hey, but remember-
Giants beware.
Remember what
'cause-
happened when we let him go when he was our backup quarterback? He went to the Giants. So
But-
it's
but,
it's like a pizza. So
Travis Culligan.
Culligan.
I want to say that it's interesting because we have a lot of Cowboys players that have gone to like Washington, from like Dion to James Washington and stuff. We had Orlando Scandrick go to the Eagles and stuff. I'm just kind of thinking, when has a Cowboy player left and gone to our rivals and done really well? I'm trying to think of one instance where a Cowboy player went to the Giants. Well, no, I could say Chris Canty. He got
Chris
a Super
Canty,
Bowl
yeah,
ring.
yeah.
That would be probably the only one.
Yeah.
I think of all the
Giants
other
are the one
ones.
that won a Super Bowl.
Jason Hatcher literally stole money from the Redskins. See, Jason
He-
Hatcher, that was one of those ones that he averaged about 3 or 4 sacks a season.
Yeah.
Except for that last season, the 2013 season, he had 11.
The last
And the-
interior guy with double-digit sacks.
Right, and he ended up. The Redskins gave him $27 million for 2 years, and he went back to having 3 sacks a year. But that's what the Redskins do. Now there was an interesting thing that I read today, which actually didn't quite surprise me. But would you believe that the Dallas Cowboys have spent the least amount of money in the NFL since 2016?
Wow.
And part of that is because they don't buy big name free agents. You think about what Cleveland paid for like Odell Beckham. You think about the Redskins always, getting the Alex Smiths or, the Case Keenums, the Todd Collins, the Josh Normans, that they're spending a whole lot of money. But the Dallas Cowboys won because they had been drafting so well in the first part, well, not so much the last 2 years.
Well, here's the thing. Scary money make no money. And
I
playing
agree
it
with
safe till you advance, sometimes you don't get the pretty lady. You don't. Think about it, fellas. And the ladies can verify that.
Yeah.
You could be all sharp and dressed up at the dance, and you see that beautiful lady out there on the floor, and you refuse to dance with her because you scared that she might see something that you trying to cover up.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? And then Tyrone come over there with his busted up and jacked up suit on, and he
Yeah.
picks her up and scoop her up because he wasn't scared. What I'm trying to say is, when we go into this free agency, we look back sometime and we be so scared to make a move. Think
Yeah.
about this. The New England Patriots won a Super Bowl because they will and deal in the free agency, regardless of how you look at it. I got to say
And
about these filthy Eagles.
they also don't overpay their players. They let them walk and get those compensatory picks too.
Yes, indeed. They let them walk. So they get rid of him 2 years too soon, opposed to being 2 years too late.
Right, but they
Also,
get something
I
for it.
got to say this about the Filthy. The year they won the Super Bowl, what did they do?
They were wheeling and dealing like
They
crazy.
will and deal. They went out there and said, okay, we're going to dance on the dance floor. You see?
But long term, that kind of hurt them because that team got old. I remember sitting here talking to Philly
Yeah.
500 and saying, your team is old. You know, he kept saying,
But
oh, man,
the
we got G. John
sacrifice.
Jackson back and everything. I'm like, but that guy has got a lot of miles on him. He couldn't stay healthy on him. That was one of the things.
The year that they did do it the right way, they remember it's a copycat league.
Yeah.
It wasn't fly Eagles fly, it was run Eagles run. They had the three-headed monster. They went and got the Blunt, LeGarrette
Right.
Blunt, who the Patriots just dropped that Blunt. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
and made it easier for Carson Wentz to go ahead
Right.
because it wasn't
And then
all
Nick
about
Foles.
passing the football. And that's where you go back to say Russell Wilson, early part of his career, you actually go look at the numbers. Those people that say that Dak sucks, take a look at Russell Wilson's number. The first 3 years, he didn't throw for more than 3,300 yards a season. And they say, well, he's a Super Bowl champion. Yeah, because his defense got them the ball. They had the number one defense that was playing lights out, and they had one hellacious home field advantage. If you've ever been to Seattle
Right.
for a game, I don't know if you've ever had.
No, I haven't been.
Man,
but
you know,
that 12 man is real.
I remember I had a friend of mine, Bob Kelly. He said, man, take some earplugs with you.
At
I
a
was
game,
like,
yeah.
Come on, man. It ain't that bad. No, that shit was so loud. My wife is sitting right next to me, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs at her. She can't hear me.
Oh, nah, you can't do it.
You literally leave that stadium, and you feel like your body's still shaking.
That
because
don't
it's so
happen in
loud.
Texas.
Oh, no. Unfortunately,
Arlington.
we have no home field advantage in there. It's all about the party or being in the
the
concourse.
wine
Like-
and
like
cheese.
500
Yeah.
at home.
On top of that, the team
500
that
at
just won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about how great and excellent of a passer Pat Mahomes is.
Yeah.
But we got to add in the fact that that kid, the Honey Badger,
Mm-hmm.
who was out there just chilling in the free agency, and we was out there in the Bahamas lands. We were dancing.
It was what, $8 million?
Yo,
what he
man,
signed
come
for?
on, man.
He signed for like $8 million.
He went to Texas for 7.
Yeah, something like that. It was
The
dirt
Honey
cheap.
I was like, yeah, about 7.
Yeah.
And it was like, nah, he's not good
I
enough.
think gamble
We're
on
good
for
with Jeff
7.
Heath. Okay.
We were with
Take a
Jeff
gamble
Heath.
for 7.
Oh, and then Frank Clark and all of those boys. So you got to be able to wheel and deal and dance with the pretty lady on the dance floor. You know, you got to do it. You got to do it. Michael Anthony, you got to go out
Brendan, the YouTube bot ate your message before you were naughty. Okay. It wasn't me who blocked you. Yeah. I actually have, that's what a lot of people say. My comment didn't show up because I have keywords
Yeah,
that are blocked in here because
filters.
we have, nice ladies. I know some of
Yeah.
you trolls live in your mama's basement and don't see the light of day and don't understand what it's like to actually, Jeff, thanks for the super chat. Don't understand what it's like to talk to a woman. But, we don't need to have, some of that stuff on here. We can actually have real discussions. You don't have to agree with me about Dak Prescott or Jason Garrett. I'm okay with that. But there's a way that you can actually communicate. And just because we don't agree doesn't mean that you have to be F you. I mean, that's the difference here. So we're going to do one more drawing here, and then we're going to actually get up out of here.
Yeah.
That is if we can stand after the alcohol and the food here. But, man, we've been on for 3 hours and 41 minutes.
Longer than that, probably, collectively. Yeah.
Damn. Oh. Simba, I dropped one. Can you grab that one for me? My wife has gone to visit some friends, and so Simba's here acting up.
Oh, you want me to pull it?
You
again?
can pull it. You can pull it.
Double
man.
pull, man. All right.
Mike, can you hold that up for me? The bronze piece that came from the Super Bowl in Miami, the 100th anniversary piece, son. Michael, take a look around, son. You see all this stuff is going to you, man, when I die.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I
so
would've
Nation,
looked
we about to
myself
pull
up,
again. Can y'all guess with the first letter?
First letter.
First letter. Just put it in the chat.
Oh,
man.
well, hold on. Fabian Alonso wants to be in this too.
Fabian.
Alonso. Okay, let's shake it back up. Okay, that's a lot. Listen, I appreciate all the support because we're going to be doing some major tailgates and stuff this year. We're going to be doing a bunch of different events. We are going to take this to a whole nother level.
Y'all ready for
And
it?
it's because of your guys.
You ready?
Okay.
All right.
All right. What's the name?
Drum roll, please. My brother from another mother, no other. Don't look like Donnie Glover.
Who?
Young Wilson.
Young
Aloha.
Young Wilson. I know I've seen him on here.
Oh,
Young
yeah.
Wilson is the winner chicken dinner.
all the way from Hawaii.
Is he from Hawaii?
Hawaii. So he gave us
Was he one of
backstory.
yours?
Yeah, actually.
Young Wilson. Okay.
But he could be one of yours
Well,
as well.
either way, he's getting the present.
he's the Cowboys nation.
Okay. Bronze
Way from
statue
Hawaii.
is yours. So listen. So
Look at that. Just
Young
some
Wilson,
faith. Young Wilson.
Eric Freeman, and Rob Collins, email me. You see it right there, cowboysmark94@gmail.
And I know for sure I can give you Young Wilson's information for the nation. That's something, Young Wilson. He's always live, man.
I
Well,
appreciate
always
it,
jumping
man.
into the live
But
chat.
no, honestly though, I actually just love being able to do this. I've actually enjoyed having Law Nation up here in the house and sitting here eating some chicken wings, of course, with my number one son, Michael Anthony, and a couple hundred of my best friends out there. So everybody who's done super chats and stuff, don't worry. We're going to keep the bucket here together with all these names. I've got some Super Bowl hats. I've got another one of those footballs. And we got lots of shot glasses.
Shots.
We'll be doing some more giveaways and stuff and trying to spread the mojo. We're going to take a break and maybe fall out. If the weather's not too bad, we might go out and smoke a Cuban cigar.
Cuban.
A Cuban habanero. And just kind of relax in the evening, and then Law Nation's got to head on back home so he can get home to his wonderful wife and family.
Yeah.
So, guys, you ain't got to go home, but you know you got to get the heck up out of here.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, y'all come to my page tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll be live in the XFL game, 2 o'clock.
Shameless plug. That's what I'm talking about.
Michael will be okay.
All the
Live.
licenses are already scheduled, so you go to my page and click whichever one you want to go on.
All right, so you heard that, Michael Anthony. Make sure you go ahead. If you have been hiding under a rock and you haven't subscribed to Law Nation, make sure you subscribe to his channel because, of course, he is.
Oh, man. Appreciate you guys. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
And of course, Michael Anthony Fitness is over there. If you are into the XFL, he knows it all. You know, we might be looking at the future NFL players if they don't sign the CBA. So you might want to get to know those
Well,
guys.
at least a couple of guys you might.
What's the DC? Who's DC playing?
St. Louis?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. And
Oh,
of
the
course,
best
the
team in the
Dallas
division.
Defenders, as they get ready to take on New York,
Who?
thanks to our quarterback, Dak Prescott, they're going to be rocking out
the
the
Dallas
new
Renegades.
beats of
It's the
you.
Renegades.
Renegades. Defenders are somewhere
Oh,
around
I'm
here.
sorry, the
DC.
DC Defenders.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm
The
sorry.
DC.
Who got time? I ain't got
You
time,
were
bro.
just at the
I
game
got all this
a couple
Dallas
weeks ago.
Cowboy drama to do. But, whoa, I'm sitting here messing up here, guys.
Shout out to Dak Prescott.
Hold on.
Shout out to the Dak Prescott for
I forgot.
giving
We
the-
got to do
oh,
that?
shots, man.
That's right.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, look, this is just gonna be my big ass shot glass tonight. But let's do that. So with that being said, you ain't got to go home, but you definitely got to get the heck up out of here. I appreciate all the support. Hope you guys enjoyed having Law Nation in the house. I appreciate him showing up.
Yeah.
Michael Anthony Fitness. And we'll see what this week brings. This is a big week for the Dallas Cowboys. We have less than a week to go ahead and figure out the franchise tag and or get guys signed, because we got Amari Cooper, who definitely wants to be here. We got to deal with that. We got Robert Quinn if we're trying to keep him. You know, we got guys like Joe Looney. There's some key players that we need to do something with if we plan on keeping them. Otherwise, we're going to have a whole lot of new players. So, with that being said, it's time to turn out the lights. This party's over.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.